Okay, we are back. Had a little crash there for a second, but everything is fine.
Yes.
So, by the time you guys hear this, a couple minutes will have passed, but for us, it's been but an instant. So, let's have a look-see. We have the pairings. Looks like... Yeah.
Round one. It says round one is being played.
That means they're in the banning stage right now.
Okay, well, we've got one or two games that have actually started.
We'll just wait for PewQ and Clone. They're at the top. And then, yeah, we'll go for that. We'll see how awesome these battles will be. We have to adjust our hats for the right frequency so we don't miss lethals. Important. See, we want to sound like we're competent. You know.
Oh, that'll be a challenge.
Yes. All right, we're ready. I'll go ahead and watch Clone.
We are going for Geth and Littlefur.
Wait, what?
That is what we are being told from the. That's what's coming down from the top, as they say.
Say what? I didn't catch what you just said.
Oh. It's coming down from the top to go and watch Geth and Littlefur.
Oh, okay, sure.
So why don't you grab
What?
Geth? I'll
It
grab
says spectating has been disabled. I am not able to spectate. Why is that?
Yeah. In-game spectating has been disabled for this tournament, so maybe
That's
we weren't
weird.
set as. What was
Hang
it?
on.
Clicked on to.
I'm sure Crip can fix this really quickly with a single click of a button.
Absolutely. We are, I believe, like, we have to be registered as tournament. What were we? For like.
Tournament hosts?
I guess you remember what you know what I'm talking about. Like we can send out the little like panels and the stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't see it this time.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I also don't see deck lists. What in the world? Oh, there we go.
Let me know as soon as you know something. We'll get into the action shortly. Interestingly, there is a link to the Twitch stream. That's awesome.
Yes. So if you try and go and spectate it, they're saying, "Oh, sorry," but you can go and watch it on live on the stream.
That's cool. It makes sense if you think about it. That they say, hey.
Okay, we're experiencing a minor technical difficulty. If everyone will just stick with us, we'll be back into watching it in just a second. We've got the mighty Ivko working on things. And you know he's just a master.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's like omnipotent.
He's to quote, I can't even remember the actor's name, but he's the master of the mechanical stuff.
Sure. Sure.
Alright, so do we have any completed matches yet? I don't think so. So let's see. Right now, our prize...
Oh, there you go. I can do it.
Okie dokie. Let's see. So you've got Geth. I'll go with Littlefur.
Yeah, so what do we got? Geth has... Hey, it's that implant deck. Although,
Okay.
Runelet Incarnate is an interesting addition.
And Littlefur is running the ever-popular Burning Rage.
The most popular of all.
Now then, let's see. Littlefur has his Hate Bearers banned, but he's got what I can only assume is Burning Rage and Vamp Lamp. Doop. And Geth is running a very interesting list. He's got a Keanu banned, which we can only assume is his famous Natured Wisdom
Thing?
Keanu. I know that because I happen to be running it in a tournament just like It was an older list, but it was a list nonetheless that I ran in a tournament not too long ago. Now, Geth is playing what appears to be kind of a Dominion Wisdom tempo deck, which I think is really interesting, and he's got Enoch as his other list, which we can only assume is Enoch demons or some kind of swarm. Now then, Littlefur is on the back foot, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's got a whole lot that he can do. He's got some very interesting cards in hand. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot he can do with it. He's got a Dragonfire, 2 Dragonfires, but he's also got a pair of Massive Assaults. But other than that, he's just not, got a whole lot going on right now.
I mean, Geth had a really solid start when you get the Incarnate along with the Alright.
Yeah, especially when you get to follow it up with back-to-back Wind-Seeking Mutants. That's just GG.
It's a strong play.
Yeah,
I wonder if he has Drayla.
It is absolute lethal just with the Overcharger. That was... Although I wonder why Littlefur went with Basic Zash as opposed to Advanced Zash.
He may be playing the... There is a variant of Burning Rage that includes like Firebrand Goblin and a lot of other goblins for these really powerful bursts.
That's interesting. Then Basic Zash does make more sense because it's much more of an aggressive list.
Yeah, right. That's the idea. You're trying to get your Flame Serpents to attack through and get your Gibbos and Ronis. I've even seen plays like play a Gibbo and Roni, put it in the back, and then play Massive Assault and a Firebrand, and then whoosh, forward they go. Looks like a demon list from Geth. Oh man. So Geth is also my favorite now, just because he has demons.
Oh, that's not the kind of hand you want to see, Littlefur.
Although he has Tombs of the Damned, so this might not actually be demon. It might just be the basic corruption with...
Littlefur is sitting on 6 shrines and a Dragonfire. I'm sorry, 5 shrines and a Dragonfire in his hand.
Yeah, that's not too great, but Burning Rage does have ways to come back.
It does, but he's got to start drawing comeback cards immediately.
And it looks like I missed Divine Offering by Geth. That's
and a Burning Rage off the top rope for Littlefur. Ooh, but Littlefur misses a Divine Offering. It's a little less important considering the fact that he now has
Burning
4.
Rage.
He has Burning Rage and 4 shrines in hand. But it is going to take him a little while to set up against Geth's initial aggressive opener.
Generally, when you play Burning Rage, you don't mind missing DOs that much. I mean, you want to get your mana, but losing cards isn't so bad because you need to get your hand size down anyways.
Yeah, poor Littlefur just drew another shrine. He's just not being able to get off the blocks of this game. It's going to be another 5 damage flying at Littlefur, and he just can't seem to get rid of cards, so he's not going to be able to stave off the damage he's taking from his own Burning Rage.
It is quite brutal.
And that Tombs of the Damned is just constant pressure that Littlefur is just not going to be able to deal with. He managed to get his hand size down to 3, but...
It's a little bit late. The Consumed Spirit is going to settle the game. Without the Advanced Zash ability to clear the board...
And that's lethal right there. Those were some very quick games and a very strong showing for the returning crowd favorite Geth.
It goes to show you can play a Fringe deck and you'll do just fine.
Yes, the thing that people need to keep in mind, and I learned this the hard way through my years of playing card games, is if you find an interesting deck from like a tournament or something and you're like, wow, I've never expected that to work, then you need to keep in mind that it worked for that person, particularly because it was built for that person. So it's going to be very hard. Like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, look at Geth, he got this deck, I want to try out that deck, and they're going to have a lot of not success with it. So it's just something to keep in mind. Ecop and Sprush is our next one. So if you'd like to take Ecop, I can get Sprush, because I know everyone wants to see Ecop's hand.
Absolutely. ECOP looks like he's got that Burning Rage deck with the aggressive variant with Flame Serpents and Firebrands.
Very interesting. And Sprush is running what appears to be elves.
Elves with Dominion. Ooh.
I wonder if...
Interesting.
I wonder if this is an attempt to dodge the ban hammer. Think about it. If he was running one of the nature heroes, then do you think he would just instantly get banned? But because it's Despina, no one expects elves to come out of nowhere and...
Well, Despina is likely to get hit because of Vamplamp. Vamplamp is a popular target for banning.
Very true, but Sprush is also bringing Burning Rage. So he might think that is more likely to get banned.
And then basic Neva for ECOP's other deck. That's interesting. So we're already seeing some new decks being played. We haven't seen any bears yet.
Well, I expected to see at least 1 or 2 elves, but I didn't expect 2 players who brought elves to be facing off with one another. That was definitely a surprise.
Looks like Spruce chooses to not block the Goblin, which seems odd. Considering
that Fire Blast is gonna... Sprush is sitting on double ambushing strike. You know, everyone knows he's got the Elf Warrior because of the Niana, but he does have another Niana he can drop down. But I wonder if he holds off on the ambushing strike. But yeah, he refreshes, plays the Elf Warrior, and holds the 2 mana for the...
And there is Wolf Tongue. I expected that's why he's playing the deck, because Wolf Tongue is also an elf and such a strong addition to an elf deck because he offers some late game as well.
Oh, he's even playing. Looking at Sprush's graveyard, he is playing Spoiled Aristocrat with some Dominion Shrines. So he is playing the old school Dominion Nature Elves list that we haven't seen in a very long time.
I mean, those are the elf colors, although he went with Despina instead of basic Neva, so he's playing more for some value. Because the idea is you want to be able to play some aristocrats, swift them, and just deal massive amounts of damage. But he's going for a little bit of a different play. So there comes the Flame Serpent.
Yep, the Flame Serpent Cthulhu play.
And ECOP is sitting on 2 more Flame Serpents, so he's probably just going straight for the end.
Yeah, he's just going straight face. He knows that Sprush can block, but it's, he's definitely just gotta...
He should probably still block the
Serpent.
Serpent.
And survive.
Just because... He knows he can't take too much damage because of the threat of Dragonfire, which is something you have to consider when facing Rage. So he blocks what he can. He takes 7, which puts him at 5.
I think that was a try and clear the board as much as possible play. He doesn't know that ECOP has 2 more Flame Serpents in hand, but he's basically, I guess his thought process was if he can clear off as much damage as possible, try and take control of the board, he might be able to stabilize.
Perhaps. So Sprush has to put up a good defense as quickly as possible so that the Flame Serpents deal less damage.
Well, Brothers in Arms, I think, might just have to be the obvious play because it's a 2 for...
No, I don't believe you get to get the other brother because you are not playing it from hand.
Nope, you're right. But he does have a Nature Shrine in hand that he could have used to draw that and then play it.
So he's got the Elf Boosting Shrine. Wow, look at that. Primordial Trand.
I do wonder if Sprush knew if that's the way that worked or not.
He's attacking the face.
No, going face, I would kill the Goblin.
I agree. When you're 15 life behind your opponent, you can't really afford to start slinging rocks at your opponent when he's slinging giant flaming worms.
I think that was a bit of a misplay. I mean, I can understand the idea that you've got to start going face sometime if you want to try and win.
But you have to not lose first.
Yeah, you absolutely have to try and take control of the board.
Ooh, top deck Fireball for ECOP is going to be amazing. He can just drop down a Flame Serpent, engage the brother with the Goblin, and that's 2 more damage through, and that's lethal next turn with the Fireball. Or he could play the Firebrand Goblin along with the Fireball. and then just Flame Serpent it down. But the Flame Serpent isn't guaranteed 5 damage. Whereas Fireball cannot be stopped from just poking the face.
Yeah, which is why I think you'd play the Flame Serpent attack, get through what damage you can, and then just use the Fireball for that last bit of reach.
Mm-hmm. Ecop's really taking his time here. He's going to target probably the brother. Yeah, takes care of the brother. He draws another Flame Serpent. So he's got just nothing but Flame Serpents. Actually, if Spruce has an Ambush Strike, he could absorb all the damage if the Flame Serpent attacks Nienna, but more likely the Goblin would engage Nienna, and the Flame Serpent will just go straight to the face. So only an Outbreak could save him here.
There is no reason why Ecop wouldn't.
No, he does that anyways, so the Ambush Strike will help him absorb all the damage.
It will. That's an interesting choice. Maybe
double ambush.
That was a little. Nienna. Yeah, to keep Nienna, but I know exactly why Ecop did that.
He still has a fireball.
I was about to say he did it because there's a fireball in his hand, and that fireball just says "GG, I win."
It's unlikely Spruce has healing unless he's running Cathedral of the Night,
which I haven't seen, but I mean it's I guess possible that he runs it.
Generally, if you're playing Dominion, Cathedral is almost always a good choice because it's removal and healing. Why wouldn't you want it? But Ecop has so much burn in hand right now with the 2 Serpents, a Firebrand, and a Fireball. 3 HP just couldn't possibly last here. Well, let's see what Spruce does. There's the Aristocrat off the top. He's got an Outbreak, which stops a Serpent, but right now that Fireball is hanging over his head.
Yeah, and he's got no... He's already played his Shrine, so he can't draw again. He's got the Wolf Tongue and the Treant.
And he does everything he can. He again goes face. It's interesting. But Ecop is going to take this game with a Fireball.
Yep, doesn't even try anything fancy, just straight Fireball to face.
No reason to be fancy.
So that was round...
That was their first game, I believe.
I don't know why. My Spellweaver is being a little slow. I don't know why.
Okay, so Ecop is playing Elves with Nienna as well. Look at that.
So...
Very interesting. And he has a very, very strong hand. I mean, double Grove Guardian equals a lot of pain for your opponent most of the time. And Spruce is going to keep his elf deck, it looks like. So it's going to be elf on elf action.
Yes, and Spruce has a pretty solid opener. Grove Guardian into Elf Warrior, followed by maybe a Nienna, or even he's got the Primordial Treant in his hand.
The Treant is an interesting choice, but I'm not sure how good it is.
It's a little slow, especially for the mirror match. Now he's going to go for the turn 1 Elf Warrior to try and contest the...
It's the correct play, because playing a Grove Guardian will result in it getting killed for free by the buffed up enemy Grove Guardian. But the Elf Warrior can actually directly contest the Grove Guardian. So Ecop with a very elfy hand, so to speak.
Yeah, the only thing that would punish Spruce's play would be Ecop following it up with like a Grove Guardian, Elf Scout, or Elf Scout, Elf Scout.
Well, he wouldn't have blocked regardless.
Yeah.
So now Spruce
needs to hit a Divine Offering because he's out of shrines, but he does have something akin. He does have Summoner Druid, Elf Scout, Grove Guardian, Elf Warrior, so he could go Summoner Druid, Elf Scout, or Summoner Druid, Elf Warrior, Summoner Druid, or Grove Guardian.
There's the Scout. Does he have a 1-mana trick that he's saving, perhaps?
No, he's just the only thing he could play is the Grove Guardian. I just wonder if if he might have misclicked. But all I know is, if I were him, I would play the Guardian just because you have the Scout to block for the Guardian, and you've got to establish a board at some point.
So he goes for that play. It's interesting he didn't choose to play the Summoner Druid instead.
Yeah, I figured he would have gone. I guess he's hoping to go for Summoner Druid Elf Warrior with Grove Guardian at some point.
Perhaps. So now ECOP has two choices. He can either just open with a Niena and start accumulating value, or he could play 3 1-drops that he has in his hand.
I think he would go with the 1-drops, especially if he's able to Swift an Elf Scout. Like, if he can Swift this... Yep. About to say, if he can Swift this board, he can really just take complete control of this game.
He's pushing in a lot of damage.
And he's basically taking away any threat that Sprush might have.
Mm-hmm. A Sharpshooter would be the only really good answer. It would kill one brother for free.
Well, Sprush has the ability to play Niena, Primordial Treant, excuse me, or...
He goes with a Summoner, which makes sense, because it basically costs 0 mana.
Yeah, and then he's going to dump out the, I assume, the Elf Warrior. Yep, there it is.
So the Elf Warrior can kind of threaten the Guardians, but ECOP is in the winning position, definitely. Just playing a Niena and Scout will mean that he's still doing well on the board, and he has the threat of just generating Elf after Elf. And there's only so much damage that Sprush can take. Brothers in Arms instead goes for the big swing.
Yeah, 8 damage.
And is Sprush going to allow it? He does. He kind of has to. It's painful to take this much damage, but he needs the Elf to try to do anything at all. Now, what I wonder is, does Sprush have any removal? Because right now, something like Blood-Seeking Mutant could be a lifesaver. Because otherwise, I don't see how Sprush can make a comeback this game. ECOP's seems to have the more consistent deck. The Swift hero power is really strong.
Yeah, and he's just got the more aggressive. He's just definitely had the more aggressive opener. A Call of Jalaya? Jalaya, yes, that's it. Call of Jalaya in Spruce's deck. That's an interesting choice.
Usually it's to make sure you get more Nienas.
Yeah.
But not necessarily. Not even necessary to run. I think Spruce is just done for. It seems impossible to overcome a board like that without removal. Speaking of Fire Blast.
I mean, he could Spoiled Aristocrat, refresh, use the hero power, play or Summoner Druid out the Elf Warrior, and then play the Niena. That is the maximum amount of creatures that he can get. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you... Although, now I think about it, it's kind of it doesn't matter if you use the... Well, if you use the hero power, you bluff the combat trick, because you leave up 1 mana doing it this way.
One thing we're noticing in this matchup is that Grove Guardian has been in the back for a long time. Essentially not be able to participate in battle. Which is, there was a similar situation like this with the Lizards when the Barbarian Lizard gained attack whenever it attacked anything. So it made a situation where if you play Lizard first, your opponent cannot answer with a Lizard. It's kind of similar. If your opponent plays the Guardian first, you can't really play your Guardian. Unless you have like an ambush strike to back it up.
Yeah.
So here he's going to try to get the kill on the brother to just remove as much damage from the board as he can.
I wouldn't be surprised if ECOP threw the Elf Scout in the way, because...
He wants to keep the damage, of course.
Yeah. If he's got unless Spruce moves creatures to the front, like the Niena and the Grove Guardian, just for blockers...
Niena should definitely go to the front. It's got 3 health. It can easily take a hit. And another creature off the top, and another warrior. One thing ECOP could have done is move the summoner to the front before using the ability. I mean, Spruce could have done that so that the summoner is on the front. Because without the energy, the summoner just doesn't do anything anymore. But hey, if it's in the front, maybe he can take a hit for the cause.
True, but the thing to keep in mind is when he uses his ability, he does exhaust himself, so he couldn't block anyway, even if he was on the front line.
Yes, but then he could potentially attack the next turn. Or perhaps
True.
attack a Grove Guardian.
True, but I think Spruce is more focused on surviving this upcoming turn.
He has a lot of blockers, though, so he may very well survive. There's 5 attackers versus 5 blockers. So...
Let's see. The wild card in this is the Elf Warrior. He's the one that ECUP can't engage on his terms.
That's true. So, Spruce is not out of it, despite being way behind on life. So, it looks like ECUP is going for the trades, but this is good for Spruce because he can always get more elves off the top. So, as long as he survives... However, ECUP has the Swift Hero Power, which will probably eventually come into play.
Yeah, ECUP's got the burst, while Spruce has to try and rebuild from 1 card in hand. Because while he'll survive this turn, it will cost him.
It looks like the entire board is getting traded off. Most of it is being traded off.
Yeah, I would expect to see Spruce throw... Yeah, Spruce to trade with one of the Grove Guardians.
He's definitely going to protect Nienna, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's the only thing he's got.
This attack seems... Well, I guess it was going to end this way anyways. So everything is killed, but now the Elf Warrior gets a free kill on the Grove Guardian, which might just be what Spruce needs to come back in this game.
And Spruce does get the Elven Sanctuary, so he gets that online before ECOP does, which will help.
He'll play the Sharpshooter.
Another Nienna on the top, which doesn't help him at all.
No, Nienna basically can't be killed at all in these games, except Outbreak. But Outbreak, you generally want to save Outbreak for something a little bit more dangerous.
Sanctuary, I think, gets played here.
He should go for the mana because he could get a freebie kill. Because Nienna could attack. If Nienna gets +1/+1, she could kill.
And that's an interesting choice. Why wouldn't Spruce take the hero power, buff up the Elf Warrior, and kill?
Buff up Nienna and use her to kill. Oh, he does that. Okay, that works too. But I thought he would want the hero power online.
Me too.
But this is good too. It clears the board. He should play the 1/1 and put the summoner in the front to help block incoming swift creatures. Ambush strike off the top. ECOP needs to play that Nienna and try to start building a board.
Well, there's an Elf Scout.
That's good. It's a 4-speed creature. But the problem is... Oh no, he has the Ambush strike to back it up. Wow. Silverfang.
I mean, if you think about it, aside from the Elf synergy, Silverfang is a strictly better Elf Warrior.
No, because it is not an elf, and that's
well,
really
I said without the elf synergy. I mean, in this deck, yes, it's better to have the Elf Warrior than the Silverfang, but outside of that,
I don't know. I've seen some people run both Silverfang as the card and Wolftongue. I kind of thought that wasn't too good because you can't have more than one Silverfang.
No, but like I said, he is a strictly better Elf Warrior because of
the ability. But you do want as many elves as possible for the free advantage with Nienna. But we'll see what ECUP can do. He's only got the Ambush Strike, but he can use it to protect his Elf Scout.
Spruce can summon a druid out that.
Yeah, he can summon a druid and get the Alt Warrior. He should also move it to the front. Yes, that's correct. Because in the front, it can potentially block or attack later. There's the Elf Warrior.
Elf Warrior drops. Ooh, a Moon Priestess.
Could be good.
A Moon Priestess that he can play and then activate.
If he gets a 1-drop off the top, he could potentially.
Well, he does have Call in his hand, so he could play that. But I think, I think it would be more for the the combat trick bluff.
And ECUP does not use the Ambush Strike to protect his warrior. I think he's saving it for a swift turn.
Yeah, I think he's figuring he's got to save it as kind of the surprise burst.
Right. So now Silverfang off the top can be swifted, but the Elf Warrior will stop it. So he'd have to get a Haldiri off the top, I think, to get damage in. Another Niena is not the best thing right now. But he could just draw through it if he wants to. But it's amazing the kind of comebacks Prush has made this game. I thought he was just toast. But nah, he's back in it. He's got a sharpshooter, that's nice. But it just gets blocked by Niena, unless he intends to attack Niena and then use the ambush strike to kill her. But that seems like I do think he might have to save the ambush strike for like an Elf Scout Swift. He uses the summoner, it makes sense. Now he's gonna play the sharpshooter anyways, and there's a landslide off the top that could help him later.
It absolutely will. It's probably one of the best cards in the game. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly if he'll be able to do much with it. If only because there's so many creatures on the board right now, and Niena just lets them all come back off the top rope anyway. So he'd have to send the Niena back, and if he sends the Niena back, then it doesn't really accomplish a whole lot, except to clear out another blocker.
He moves them to the back. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure he's figuring that if he can either trick Spruce into attacking all out, or basically just bide his time.
But that mutant off the top... Well, is he gonna...
Oh, not be off the top.
Oh, never mind. Because he Divine Offered. So, Ecop dodges a bullet there, because killing the sharpshooter would have been really bad.
Yeah, I think Ecop is basically waiting for the opportunity to strike. If he can push through just 3 damage that Spruce might not consider, like, lethal, Ecop might be able to surprise him with the ambushing strike.
His only chance might be an Elf Scout, because Silverfang cannot attack even if it moves, even if you activate Swift. Because it is not a creature that's been played this turn. So I think he should have kept it on the front just to maybe kill one Elf Warrior. But we'll see what happens. Spruce plays the Summoner off the top. Makes sense.
And it's going to be able to get out a 1-mana
Sharpshooter. Agreed. That's also good.
Well, let's see. We'll have Elves versus whatever Wisdom deck Spruce has brought if Ecop doesn't
make a comeback. It seems unlikely. It seems unlikely because removal is not something that nature is good at. I mean, they have Landslide, but if your opponent has 10 creatures, what is Landslide exactly going to do?
What is Spruce going to call for? He calls for the
possibly a scout? No, a Brother in Arms.
I guess. I mean, it was that, another Druid, a Trien, or another Niena. Those are his only options.
I thought Scout would have been the best thing to call. As a guaranteed defense.
Might be out of Scouts. He might only play 2. I didn't see any in the deck when he played Call.
Maybe.
He might only play 2. It's a...
Spruce is wisely keeping the 3-speed guys on the defense, because he knows he has to keep them protecting things like against Haldiri Rider.
Yeah.
Second Landslide off the top is not too good right now.
Yeah, especially since Spruce has already started stretching the board, and nature is not an aspect that likes to come back from being outnumbered.
Yes, it looks like... Oh, there's another Elf Warrior, so Ecop can put down some defenses, but is it going to be enough? It seems like Tornado Outbreak would be a really good card to have right now for both players. There is the Landslide. Let's see what he hits. But like you say, hitting anything, it just results in those things coming back.
It really just slows him down. That's really all it accomplishes. It's not like the huge tempo swing like it can be against other decks. Niena basically just expands your hand into the top deck.
I do think Ecop should move Niena to the front. He goes Swift. Wait, does he have lethal here? No, he's 1 mana off. Because he cannot play the Ambush Strike. So this is the play Ecop was hoping for. Get enough of those 3-speed guys and use the ambush strike, but he's just 1 mana off.
Yeah, he saw something I didn't, in where you can play the landslide to hit the 3-speed creatures and have that advantage because your opponent can't block your creatures. But down come the other, or out come the Elf Warriors again. But now E-Cup is in a position, if Spruce doesn't draw another 3-speed creature, he's got the 3.
He's got the 2 elves on the top, though, so he's going to get.
I know,
guys.
but he's
but he's got off the top.
He's got the 1 Elf Warrior in hand. He can play another one. He can draw the mutant, refresh with hero power, play the mutant, and kill the sharpshooter. But
Spruce has to win the game right now.
Yeah, he's got to win the game this turn because
Nienna can attack one of the elves. Nienna and Summoner can engage 2 things. How much damage can... If Mutant kills the sharpshooter...
8...
6, 7, 8,
I
9...
believe Spruce has
12.
lethal?
12.
Yes,
I think he does. And I mean for real.
Oh, it's Spruce. I didn't see the ambush strike in his hand. Spruce definitely has lethal, but Spruce has to see the lethal.
Right. So he drew the mutant, right? So he can refresh.
Yes, he can he can play the Elf Warrior, hero power, blood-seeking mutant to kill 1, and then have the ambushing strike on standby if he needs it.
Oh, if he has ambushing strike, he has lethal for sure. He just uses Nienna to attack the other Nienna, and then just everything else swings all out, and then he just ambushes whatever isn't blocked.
Yes, but like I said,
he has to
see it. Yes, he can have lethal on board, but if he doesn't realize it, then he might just...
He will lose then, because he cannot stop all 3-speed guys. Well, it's 25 seconds. Can he do it? Will he find the play? He's probably doing math right now, but I mean, he's gonna have to just go for it. Yeah, there's the mutant.
Mutant comes down, hits the sharpshooter.
He swings all out. Wait, that's the wrong attack. Is that going to be enough?
He had to
attack with Nienna.
Ambush strike. Let's see. Nienna can block any of the 2 damage creatures, so 2, 4, 6. Let's say we block another.
I think he's 1 off lethal.
Damage. If Ecop blocks one of the 2 damage creatures, which I'm assuming he will, then it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. He'll be 1 off lethal.
1 off lethal. Spruce just misses lethal.
Wow.
Oh wow. This may be the coolest elf mirror I've ever seen.
Yeah, who would have thought one of the more entertaining games so far would be an elf mirror?
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 off lethal.
Ah, man.
Oof.
And the worst part is that Spruce had it. He just didn't realize that Nienna can't attack.
Well, so let's see. Do we have anyone left? Nope. That is the conclusion of round 1. So, right now we have Crueltech, PewQ, Geth, Peacekeeper, and Ecop all with 1... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Uskafanfa, Doom, and Lorenthiel all with 1 point.
This was the first spilling of blood.
That was... Man, those were some... We went from Geth completely destroying his opponent to Ecop basically destroying his opponent and then having one of the closest games of Spellweaver I have ever seen. I can't say I've ever seen 2 players ending the game at 1 life.
I know.
It literally can't get any closer than that.
Well, that's the thing about Spellweaver. There's always little things you can do to just, make a slightly better play.
Mastering the combat mechanics in Spellweaver is probably the most important thing that you can do.
Absolutely. I agree. And I'm not just saying that to take your absolutely away. I actually just wanted to say absolutely because that's true.
It is an absolute. But it's just, that blew my mind. I can't believe ECOP came back from that one. But like I said, ECOP saw what I can only assume is a turn or 2 or 3 into the future and planned playing the creatures in the back row, basically sitting there and hoping for an opportunity. That's the kind of thing I was talking about, where you have the esport experience. You know that it's called playing to an out. You know you have the one way that you win the game, so you go all in on that one strategy. You go all in on potentially drawing that one card. You know what I mean?
Well, in this case, he was hoping to get 2 3-speed guys that he could swift out.
Exactly. You had to, when you play to an out, you have the one way, like the one option, the one play that you don't know if you're going to get, but you know it's the only way you win the game. So you have to play to that, because trying to play around other things is just going to guarantee you lose the game. Now, Doom versus Lorenthiel is the game we're being told to cover. So why don't you do Lorenthiel? I'll do Doom, because I know Doom is streaming on the other side.
Sure.
So,
they're still in the banning phase. So as soon as they're done,
right. That's why I was like, why can't I see the spectators? But it's because they're still in the banning phase. I don't play Conquest tournaments enough to remember that there's a banning phase.
No, that's not it.
But like I said, it's just, that's the kind of thing that ECOP knows that maybe some of the other players in the tournament don't know. Is just some of the, what they call in Magic, the next level plays that you've kind of just got to look into. So you've got Lorenthiel. I'll grab Doom. And let's see what he's got.
Lorenthiel.
Oh, we've got a Coronis mirror match.
Nice.
Doom has Advanced Nephros, so unfortunately he was banned, so we don't get to see that wonder. A Coronis deck, and what we can only assume is Burning Rage. Lorenthiel's has Coronis, what I can only assume is Hate Bears, and a Burk deck.
Interesting.
Now, Doom has a really strong counter opener, where he's got the Spoiled Aristocrat and the Mark Hamill Baseborn recruit. So not only does he enable his...
Lorenthiel has a Baseborn as well, so it's going to be just a trade.
True, but it is the fact that Doom gets to put it on board first.
Gross Experiment from Lorenthiel. That's an interesting choice.
It found a lot of when... whatchamacallit? When Powerless Incarnate became pretty much unplayable, at least compared to what he used to be, pretty much Gross Experiment was the instant replacement for Powerless Incarnate. Same mana cost, pretty much accomplishes the same thing, only it doesn't end up being a 15-15 speed 4 at the end of the game.
I remember those days.
Unfortunately, Mind Extortion is only going to hit a Mind Extortion.
Hey, it's something. So he just plays the Baseborn, and now it's, yeah.
And now it's a very tied board. Doom does have a Blood-Seeking Mutant, so that's going to help him out in the later turns, but not really... not really impacting the board just yet.
So now probably just trade off the 3-1 for the 1-1, and then next turn he can play Gross Experiments and the Slave Gladiator he has.
I'm so glad Slave Gladiator is basically revitalizing the Coronis deck. I'm hoping that... I always enjoyed the Coronis deck. I admit Powerless Incarnate was ridiculously too strong, but I feel like now it's at least a little bit more balanced.
Well, Powerless, of course.
Doom... No, I'm talking to the deck in general, but Doom hits the Mind Extortion. Oh! Lorenthiel's playing the... Not Mono Dominion, but he's got Wisdom in it.
I don't know what the name is. I like to call it the value midrange.
Yeah. Well, he whiffs with the Mind Extortion and has nothing else to play because he drew another Blood-Seeking Mutant. So I think, yeah, Lorenthiel just blocks here and...
Yeah, next turn is going to be Gross into Slave, and then the turn after is going to be... Oh, maybe he does Assassin into Slave. Yeah, he's going to go for the Assassin. And then, yeah, I'd say Lorenthiel's in good shape because he can start rolling out Ravens pretty soon, but not yet. He will definitely play the Library Guards first.
Ugh. Doom with nothing to follow up his early game, or his first turn play. He does have a Bloodseeking Mutant, but is that really going to accomplish much of anything? I mean, he can hit the...
He goes for the Raven. He goes. So this is the value play because... you know, he wants to get as many Ravens on the board as possible because it's basically like a free 3-drop. If you look at the Raven, look at its stats, that's actually a pretty decent 3-drop, right? Oh, there's the Mutant.
Mutant kills off the Aristocrat and is going to get picked off by the Assassin, which I can only assume he anticipated.
Well, he has to do this anyways. But now top-decked Overcharger will be completely crushing.
Doom has an Assassin, an Overcharger, and a Mutant in hand. We'll see what
Slave Gladiator. Lorenthiel's just going to play out here, I think. Because he has another Slave Gladiator. He attacks first. Now, if Doom can assassinate one of those guys... Oh, no, because Lorenthiel has another creature, and he can play another Raven, so the slaves cannot be stopped. Now, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, Boltor. I don't know if the chat knows it too, but there is a new interface that pops up. When you play enough slaves that they can't attack, it says the slaves are rebelling. And then when you play another creature, it says the rebellion has been quelled.
I didn't know that. The only time I've encountered... slaves, the slave gladiators since they've been played was in a arena or in a trials game where my opponent played slave gladiator and 2 vermin, and I managed to take out both vermin and left the gladiator sitting there for like 4 turns.
A very interesting choice by Lorenthiel. He went with Mind Extortion instead of just making another Raven, but a quick win anyways.
Doom concedes. I will grab Doom's perspective again.
1-0. Oh, it's gonna be a Rage Mirror.
Yep.
A Lizard is a good play in the beginning. I think Lorenthiel has to spark a Goblin to try to contest it.
It's worth mentioning that Doom had the Karthos card back and now has the Red Dragon card back.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty fancy.
So how does Lorenthiel answer this? Goes for the Goblin, yeah. It makes sense. If Doom does not respond with a creature that can... He has to respond with either with 2 Goblins or with one of his own Fireworkers, because otherwise he just gets a free kill. Also, a Fia in Lorenthiel's hand means free Goblins for days.
Oof. And the only follow-up Doom has is a Goblin Warrior, which means he'll attack face. Lorenthiel will probably not... Oh, no, wait. He wouldn't trade.
There's no reason to trade.
You get the free trade. You get the free kill next turn. So now down comes the Fia, and Doom no longer has a board.
That is one of the rare times where going second, you actually can get a return against an enemy Rage player.
Now, Doom has a Fireball and Fire Blast and a Phoenix in hand. So if he can stave off this early board loss, then he's got a pretty solid move.
Yes,
doesn't draw anything. He only draws is an Altar of Dragons. Decides to Fireball the Fireworker
he just has to try damage. To take some damage off the board. Looks like a Gibbo and Roni, but now the Fire Blast will catch him up. Ooh, clever play by Lorenthiel. Somewhat playing around it.
Personally, I would have saved the Fireball to use on my opponent's turn because I would have hoped or thought maybe there's something worth a little more than to see what my opponent plays, basically. And hilariously enough, if he had done that, he actually would have had a full board clear because he would have been able to Fireball the Goblin and then Fire Blast the front row. But
Laurentius
hindsight is
still
20/20.
not playing the Burning Rage. He goes for the more dudes.
Well, Doom can play a Burning Rage and Altar of Dragons so that he'll be down to 3 cards in hand. But he pretty much has to go for the Phoenix right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Phoenix is a very resilient creature. Top deck the Dragonfire. I think he goes for Burning Rage now. He can play Massive Assault as well and just start swinging in for colossal amounts of damage.
Yeah, and Massive Assault is basically going to let him trade with the
Phoenix.
Instead of just letting it die.
I think he has to trade anyways. He can't just take this much damage.
No, he definitely can't go to 10 against another Rage deck. Well,
Phoenix comes back and he gets a free kill. Now he goes to the front. A second Dragonfire would be quite a treat for Doom.
You mean
Fire Blast, yes. The thing that makes goblins go away.
Well,
makes a lot of things go away, in fact.
He can play the Phoenix. He went for the level. No, he went for the hero power instead of the card draw, which is interesting. Which means he might be considering playing the hero power, but that seems bad compared to just dropping another Phoenix.
Oh yeah, another Phoenix would definitely help here.
But I mean, he could play the Burning Rage, and use the hero power and roll the 50-50 as to whether or not he discards the Phoenix. No, it goes with the Phoenix.
He goes for the Phoenix. Now
I wonder if he's just trying. I wonder if he's just trying to get his hand size down for when he plays Burning Rage. I'm just wondering why he.
Right now, I think he's just trying to survive. He knows he doesn't have much HP.
Well, I know, but why would you go? He has 2 shrines. He had the skill shrine and the Rage shrine. He could have gone with the Rage shrine and drawn another card and had more options.
Right, he's going for the clear. And the 6 damage. He has a Dragonfire, so he's just trying to
reach the 5 hit point mark. Though he does have, or Doom does have the board clear with the hero power, but he does have double Word of Fire in hand too.
Yeah, he's got to go for the card draw for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely got to go with the double card draw and then uses the Phoenix to kill off the last goblin.
But now Laurentius gets a couple of chances to draw into another burn spell, which will secure victory.
Yeah, Doom is basically just crossing his fingers right now.
Also, a Firebrand Goblin also wins because it means... Oh, he draws a Word of Fire, so he can play that with Dragonfire. But he'll probably Dragonfire first. No, he doesn't.
No, he goes for the double card draw first, which is what I can only imagine would be the best, because he might...
Nah, he'll definitely Dragonfire, because 5 damage is pretty hard to say no to.
Well, at this point, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter, because in reality, you're just so far ahead, and your opponent definitely doesn't have any healing.
I think only a red dragon could save him.
Not even. I mean...
Well, he's gonna have to dodge top decks for sure.
Yeah.
He's loses to a Fireball.
Fireball, Firebrand, Goblin, Flame Serpent, Red Dragon. Let's see what.
No, not quite Red Dragon.
Okay.
Ooh, that Fire Blast.
Yeah.
He's looking for that next card.
Did good.
He misses Divine Offering on purpose. He draws a Fireball.
Yep. And there's the GG. So we have Laurentius taking 2-0 over Doom, and now we'll go to Pew and Geth. We're returning to the crowd favorite Geth. So
I'm watching Geth because I like Geth.
And I'll grab Pew. We let you watch the hand of the...
Oh, we got the dark board going on for some reason.
Well, that's okay. Pew's playing Dark Portal, so of course.
Hang on. No, I just have to restart Spellweaver really quick.
Oh well, I've got the dark board too, but for me, I like it because, like I said, he's playing the Dark Portal. Things are getting dark. They're getting evil. The darkness has descended upon the land.
Yes, it looks pretty, but the problem is the game stops responding after a little bit, so I'd rather just do this now.
Right, I'm seeing the
There we go. So Pew playing demons, but he's playing basic Nefaros. I can't imagine why.
Let me come back in real quick and spectate.
But he's got the board. Ramgak is going to attack a goblin. Yeah, he can't really afford to go face. Geth is really getting beaten up here.
Yeah, he's definitely on his back foot here. Another Ramgak.
Yes.
So Pew grabs a vulture.
Yeah, there's the... Yeah, that's lethal. So, a little bit of an unsuccessful game there, but I think they got more games to go. That was only the first game.
So,
Geth with that... another Coronis, Dominion, and Wisdom. It seems to be a bit popular.
That was a Nature Rage Keanu, which is not what I anticipated seeing.
Yeah, there are some interesting plays with that deck, because you can Keanu out Ramgak and Firebrand Goblin, and you can get some nice swift bursts, swifting bursts.
Yes, bursties. So, we've got ourselves... Pew's got himself a Barbarian. He can follow up with a Word of Fire, then a Gibbo and Roni. And...
Geth can open probably... He's got Charged Aurite as well. And a Vampirism. It's a very interesting selection.
It's sounding almost like a Vamplamp to me, only he's decided to play Coronis instead of Despina. Either Despina. Now, does Pew drop the Goblin Warrior, or nope, he's going to Word of Fire. He doesn't want to let that...
He's probably concerned about Foundry Engineers, or other many such things that could happen.
It's too bad he's not playing he's still not playing the blue Keanu, because a Might Emblemed Runelet Incarnate just blocks everything in Rage.
It's a fun card. There's ways around it, though. So Geth now probably gonna go with the shield guy. It seems like a natural response because it's hard to remove. And yeah, it's usually trades pretty well. And then next turn he can play a Foundry Engineer and start the Goblin train. But because Pew has advanced Zash, he can never get too many golems on the board.
Yeah, he's got to make sure he plays around a board wipe.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the shield. Makes sense.
Which makes me, if he's playing around a board wipe, it makes me wonder if he's. It makes me wonder if he's going to. If he's playing Vamplamp. I do wonder if this is a...
seriously doubt. He may have 1 or 2 lamps as backup, but I wouldn't expect it. A deck like Coronis wants to end the game reasonably quickly.
Well, there is the argument to be made about, in a control deck, being able to put out potentially 2/2 life gain birds. You know what I mean? For blockers and just life gain and stabilization. There is that argument to be made.
You only get to play the 2/2 birds if you deal damage, which means you have to have early game. This is more like a mid-range variant. We might be seeing a Drayla, but nobody's played a Drayla yet. Maybe they don't want to play her.
Well, we have seen a Drayla. It was Drayla Elves.
Oh, you mean Despina Elves? I meant Drayla the card.
That's right. I got those two confused.
So Geth is gonna try to get the good trades. He's in decent shape, I'd say. If Pew doesn't remove the Foundry Engineers...
Yeah, but Pew can just go... he can trade the Goblin into the Force Mage and then play Gibbo and Roni, followed by a Goblin Warrior, but goes for the kill on the Foundry Engineer. So I assume Pew will be dropping a Goblin Warrior as well. Yep. But Pew is down to just 2 creatures on board.
So now a Library Guard is probably what he wants to play. Flash Freeze, though, could be an interesting card. Just to try to...
I feel like if he plays the Flash Freeze, he's got to have something to follow up with it, like a Force Mage or any 2-mana creature that lets him contest the board. Because Pew can either drop a Phoenix or a Gibbo and Roni next turn, which is just going to continue to advance his board position.
Geth would like to play the Library Guards, but the threat is always that it gets fireballed and then just take more damage.
Well, it's not going to get fireballed if he plays it, but it's going to get immediately contested by the Phoenix. So while it might stop Pew from attacking this turn, it's not exactly going to stick around for very long. It does buy him a turn. But
the Mutant in Geth's hand allows him to get a free trade by hitting the Phoenix and then attacking. Pew would have to voluntarily break his Phoenix. But we'll see. Playing the Phoenix, of course, is correct anyways.
Absolutely.
Because it's a Phoenix, and when it rebirds, it's usually a good thing for you.
Pew does have double Gibbo and Roni and Dragonfire in hand, so he does have both reach and the ability to repopulate his board.
Oh, there's always going to be repopulation going on with these goblins. So how does Geth handle this? He can play Mutant, and he has a Flash Freeze to back that up. He also has a Baseborn, but the Baseborn, I guess it's not that bad. It trades with either of the 1-drops, or it pokes a Phoenix. So we'll see. If Geth loses, then it's over. If he wins, then we're going to see the Burning Rage versus the Kayano deck. So there's going to be rage on both sides. So much rage.
You know, I think the developers had the right idea when they made rage the most aggressive and most bursty aspect. And then they named it rage, which, I mean, they could have gone with something like power or
random red.
Yeah, like they definitely, I think they definitely picked rage for the right, you know, as a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing.
Yeah.
Drops him
yeah, he
weakness
does what
emblem.
I thought he would. He does what I thought he should do. So
Takes
we'll see
takes the Phoenix out of the equation.
I would have attacked the Lizard, I think, because Flash Freeze could kill the Goblin on the end of turn. But maybe that's okay too.
He might.
Well, he does block with the Phoenix, so now he's gonna save the Flash Freeze for the other form of the Phoenix.
That's exactly what I was thinking. He might be saving the Flash Freeze for Phoenix Phoenix form 2.
Or he could be saving it if the Mutant gets attacked by a lot of things.
Phoenix form 2, the reburdening.
Oh, wow.
New movie confirmed. Phoenix form 2, the reburdening.
No, just the rebirding.
The rebirding, that's what I meant.
Reburdening.
Yes, the rebirding. Someone needs to make that like a movie poster now. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the game. So, Baseborn Incarnate does come down. Pew has the ability to play a Gibbo and Roni. He could Dragonfire something. Dragonfire the...
No, I don't think it's a good decision.
No, I'm just thinking if he does play the Dragonfire, what does he do with it? He points it at the Wind-Seeking Mutant, I guess. So that's, like I said, that's not...
I think it's a bit strange that Geth didn't save the Flash Freeze, because now his Library Guard gets killed, and he'll probably just run the Goblin into Baseborn. And then the Lizard hits face.
But I guess you can make the argument that this at the very least buffs up the Mutant to a 4/4.
No weakness emblems for the Mutant to feed on.
Oh, right. That's okay. That's okay, Geth. That's the exact play I would have, or probably the exact play I would have made, because I would have thought that it does put a weakness emblem on him, but nope, kills him before he can do it.
Yeah, it's good. Now he has 2 Flash Freezes, which will probably save. Because one thing Pew might try to do is hit the Mutant with like a Lizard or a Goblin and the Phoenix, but that the Flash Freeze would mess that up.
Yes. Now, I was about to say now, Pew, if he goes for level instead of card draw, he just drew a red dragon.
Oh, baby.
But maybe he's thinking he can go, like... Maybe he's thinking he can wipe the board and then drop a red dragon the following turn. I don't know. I think I would have gone for the red dragon, because what does he do now? He dragon fires the 4/4 maybe, which is a decent play. But then he's not doing anything else. But then his only other
he doesn't have to necessarily do anything else. He has 7 damage on board, which means Geth is going to have to respond. I wonder if he'll double flash freeze the Phoenix.
If he does
just
that,
kill the Goblin. Yeah, looks like it's going to be double flash freeze on the Phoenix.
Sadly, if he does that, he's going to be sitting there wishing he still had those flash freezes for when that red dragon comes down.
Yes, but he has to do what he can when he can do it.
Yeah.
So,
well,
a shrine for PQ, not too good. And another shrine, yikes. So he just has to Raven and hope for the best. Now that red dragon is going to be a bit of a problem for him.
More than a little bit, but he doesn't go for the dragon yet. He did kind of draw into the perfect curve because he drew into a Phoenix, so now he can give one Roni and Phoenix and fully. He tosses the dragon away. He just doesn't want to win with the dragon, I guess.
He must be worried about Helm.
I was about to say he must be worried about Geth having Helm of Dominion because he hasn't seen Geth play anything else yet. Yeah. So he's got to be thinking that Geth is holding on to something.
Yeah. It seems unlikely for Geth to come back because the Coronas decks generally don't have good removal if they don't run Cataclysm.
I was about to say the only thing there it is. The only thing he would have would be Cataclysm. So let's see.
So that's it. Yeah, Geth takes an 0-2 against PQ.
We have a couple.
Is there only one game left? No, we have Peacekeeper and Cruel Tech at the top, but Peacekeeper is streaming that.
So let's see. We could do Sprush, Little Fur. We could do.
I kind of want to see Clone.
Yeah, why don't we do?
Unless the developers have other ideas, but.
Yeah, I'm asking them real quick.
We can always just switch out.
Why don't you go ahead and grab?
I'll take a Clone.
Okay, I'll grab Forest Bear.
Forest Bear. So,
okay.
Whoa. Wow, what? Oh, look at that card back.
Forest Bear they had someone make a custom card back for them.
Oh,
I don't know if it's like someone in their group play it, or make it. But yeah, someone spoiled it the other day. It's that one, and then there's, for another group, they have this, like, one for that game show software. But yeah, this one, they're asking us to switch over to Peacekeeper and Cruel Tech, if only because I'm pretty sure Clone wins this at 32 life.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll switch over to Peacekeeper. Why don't you grab Cruel, I'll grab Peacekeeper. That way, if people want to watch Peacekeeper play, they still go to Peacekeeper, you know what I mean? Oh, nope, that game just ended.
Oh, like, does that mean the game is going to hang? Because I tried to spectate exactly when it ended.
It was right exactly as I was about to click on it. So why don't we go...
I have to restart. I think it may have happened.
Oh, then I guess we'll just... I'm going to watch... Forest... No, wait, I'm sorry. Forest Bear's the one that's pretty much over with. So why don't I watch the... I got excited because I wanted to watch a Canadian play. But let's go with... I'll go with Sprush, and I'll call it out like radio for while you're refreshing. Sprush is at 20, Little Fur is at 20. We've got ourselves the opening to a Rage mirror match. Both players have won with their Despina decks.
Yeah, I'm there right now. Lydell Fur. We keep calling him Little Fur. He must be loving that. Gibbo and Roni for Sprush. Another.
And who are you watching? You're watching
I got Lydell Fur.
Okay, I'm watching Sprush. Sprush has a Fia, Burning Rage, and double Fireball.
He goes for that? That's interesting. I would have gone for Firebrand, actually, and killed the Lizard. That way you maintain a board.
Well, Spruce isn't going to be exactly lighting up the board. He does have a Fire Blast, but that's not going to help him right yet. He tosses away one of the Fireballs.
He seems to be behind on mana.
Must have missed a Divine Offering.
Yeah, looks like it.
So Fia comes down, pokes face for 1. Unless he really feels like he wants to establish Burning Rage this turn.
Might not be a bad idea. While there's nothing on the board.
Well, now both players have a Burning Rage in play.
And now Lydell is setting up a monster turn. He's going to play Massive Assault and then Gibbo and Roni. And then next turn, Firebrand is going to come down and just absolutely ruin Sprush's day. Or he might play the Firebrand immediately. No, Gibbo and Roni. So now both players with a Burning Rage, so they slightly evened it up. They're both at full health, which is remarkable.
Yeah, this has been a lot of... There's been a... Well, when I came in, Spruce still had his Spark, so... This is the very early days, or very early turns, but it's definitely a fight for board presence.
Spruce clears with a Fire Blast.
Both players able to keep that four card hand.
Yeah, but it looks like Lydell's gonna hold on to a Fireball here for end of turn. So Spruce is playing the Dragon variant, I'm guessing.
Yep.
And Lydell is playing the Firebrand Goblin variant. There's a Fireball.
Fireball and
definitely
a
has to kill it. That's a dangerous card.
No doubt.
I mean,
and if Fia gets to follow it up, he could have Fia'd Gibbo and Roni, but that leaves the Firebrand Goblin up, which you just can't do.
No, that's dangerous. Fireball's the face. Interesting.
Well, deal 3 damage. 3 mana, deal 3 damage, draw a card. Not bad. I guess he just wanted to cycle the Fireball and try and put himself ahead on life, I guess.
Looks like it's going to be Fia. Yep. Is he going to go face? I think he is. No, he trades with a Fia.
Now, about to say, Spruce kind of has to just let the trade, doesn't want to sacrifice the Fia.
No. He wants that Fia gone. So, Lydell is ahead in life, but starting to get behind on cards. So, we'll see how that goes.
Well, Spruce can play either a Phoenix and a Fia, or a Gibbo and Roni and a Fia. Or if he draws a card, he could play whatever he draws, potentially, plus...
He probably should get a Phoenix on the board when he gets a chance.
Yep. He goes for that, Phoenix and Fia. I'm assuming he'll play the Fia.
I'm not sure. Oh, he is. He does. I guess he wants the extra damage. He does not attack with her. That's curious.
Oh, that's right. The Lizard Barbarian can't block. So, we've got ourselves...
Looks like he's just going to clear the Phoenix here. Yeah, he's going to use Fire Blast because Fireball can go face. And Fire Blast can't. So just cycles cards. It looks like Lydell is still in pretty good shape.
So yeah, Spruce just has a shrine and 2 shrines and a Gibbo and Roni. 3 shrines and a Gibbo and Roni. So the Gibbo and Roni comes out and he's doing nothing else. He's got 2 shrines in hand and hasn't really been able to take advantage of the Burning Rage. He's had 1 Fire Blast and a Fireball, and that's all he's had to play. Whereas Lydell, excuse me, has had, well, what is it, like 5 spells at least? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So he's gotten 6 spells if you count the Massive Assault. He's gotten way more card draw than Spruce has. Well, the good news is Spruce can hero power play a Goblin.
That's good.
That gives him something.
He still has no spells?
No, he has just not drawn anything.
He hero powers just to do something, I guess.
Yeah, he
Lydell
attacked.
isn't drawing great either.
He attacked first to see if he could potentially poke through the damage.
Lydell's burning a lot of spells.
Lydelfer is... He's not doing a whole lot, but he's cycling fast through his deck a lot faster than Spruce is. And Spruce draws another shrine. Okay, there's a Fireworker at least. It's just not getting spells.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have Ultra Dragon.
That's gonna be game over. He just top decked Dragon Fire. So that's gonna kill him next turn. Yeah, Spruce just getting really unlucky on the draws.
Yeah. More than a little bit. Altar of Dragons doesn't save him yet, because he does have a red dragon. He does have a red dragon. He could get the free dragon, but no. Nothing saves.
No, the Dragon Fire is gonna kill him. Yeah, just the ordering of cards was bad, because Lydell could just keep cycling and, removing stuff for free, and Spruce couldn't do the same thing.
There's the dragon. Gets the free dragon.
That's fun, but unfortunately it doesn't quite help. But hey, he may hope. I mean, Lydell's played a lot of stuff. A lot of spells, but we know that he used mostly Fire Blast to clear, so that he has removal, like Fireball and Dragonfire, which can go face. Yeah.
Alrighty.
So that for round 2? Yep.
Be the end of round 2. Now, include current round results. We have PewQ in first place, Peacekeeper in second, Uskafanafa in third, Lorenthiel in fourth, Geth in fifth, Cruel Tech in sixth, Jodo and Ecop tied for seventh.
It's more like there's 4 guys in the first place, 8 guys in second or whatever, and then the rest. So actually, Doom. Doom with. I was wondering if the 3 wild cards were gonna do really poorly, but no, they're doing okay. Ecop has a win, and Doom has a win as well.
Yep. So PewQ, Peacekeeper, Uskafanafa, and Lorenthiel are all at 2 points.
Oh, I clicked the wrong tournament. Whoops. There we go.
Geth isn't out of it yet.
No, I mean, no, he kind of is. You have to go 4-0 to win. But, second place is still nice. I forgot what the prizes are. It's something like $250.
The prizes are $689 for 4 points, 3 points, $230, 2 points, $115. But that could all change if people donate to the Masters Final prize pool. Continue to donate. Donations will be available, or donation ability will be available until the end of the tournament. So if you'd like to potentially give Geth more money, or if you'd like to give Peacekeeper or Jodo or Lorenthiel or any of them more money, then please donate now.
Nothing happened over here. Just
I was about to say.
Around.
I'm just wondering if I made you facepalm so hard that you knocked your hat off or something.
Nah, most definitely did not happen.
So we should see PewQ versus Peacekeeper and Uskafanafa versus Lorenthiel. We'll see.
That's the matchup I want to see, because Lorenthiel is my boy. He's one of my 2. Johnny with 1, Lorenthiel with 2. You had Ecop and who? Geth?
Geth.
Okay. Peacekeeper still has a chance to defend this title here.
I kind of wanted to see Peacekeeper Ecop in round 4. That would have been the perfect. We couldn't have written it any better. The 2 Spellweaver Masters dealing or dishing it out. Now
we have 30 more seconds. Oh wait, no, we're going. Do we have any preferred games? I'd go with Uska and Lorenthiel. Seems like a natural choice.
Well, we will wait 1 second for developers. And in the meantime,
actually, they're not even done anyway, so it's okay.
I just exported the deck lists, so I will have those for Spellweaver Source and as a reference for our tournaments.
Sure. Now, I wonder if we'll be able to do the interview at the end. It'll heavily depend on who wins.
Yes, it will.
Because we can't do it with, for instance, PewQ or Uskafanafa.
Okay, you go ahead and grab PewQ, I'll grab Peacekeeper, because that's the game that they want us to cover.
Huh. Okay, sure.
And again, I will do the Well, technically, this is first versus second, and Peacekeeper is a burning hot ball of liquid magma on
What?
my screen. The fireball bug.
Oh, is that what you're seeing right now?
Yeah, I don't see Peacekeeper's picture. I just see he's a glowing sun.
Okay, so right now, both players have not been able to play anything for the first 2 turns. That's remarkable.
Well, that changes for Peacekeeper, I believe, because he can either drop out a Spell Warden.
Oh, that's going to steal the Assassinate, which would kill it.
Yep, I can only assume so. He could coin out a Valor Sworn right now, which I don't think he'll do. Nope, he does.
He figures it's probably safe.
Okay, I've got to restart my client because the shadow board finally caught up with me.
Uh-oh.
So I will be right back in.
Sure. So it looks like Pew's got the... I can only assume Vamp Lamp. Yeah, seems like it.
Yes, I saw the vampirism in the Spell Warden. And of course Spell Warden can't hit Lamp, but you don't play Despina and Vamp without playing the Lamp.
You don't play the Vamp without the Lamp, which also has the Lamp and the Vamp?
Well, sometimes you play Lamp without Vamp. Or sometimes you play Vamp without Lamp, but you rarely play Lamp without Vamp.
You sometimes also play Lamp without Vamp if you're playing only Wisdom.
Well, true, but when you include Despina the Tramp, then you definitely played the Tramp, the Lamp, and the Vamp. I couldn't keep a straight face. It sounds like something straight out of Seinfeld.
So Pew has to head for the Cataclysm. He's trying to find the quickest way to do it. He probably should just Power Surge. No, wait, no, he should not. There's a way he can Power Surge and Hero Power and play Cataclysm. So perhaps he could play either double Ancient Wisdom or drop a Djinn on the board, which could absorb some damage.
Well, Peacekeeper is 1 turn away from rolling the dice and potentially getting an Angel off his Hero Power. He does have a Ray of Righteousness and a Word of Grace to follow up next turn. But
yeah,
that's
he's going to play Djinn. Yep.
That is really it. He does draw a 3rd Namir. Goes for the mana. So he's going to roll the dice, and he's going to whiff.
That's actually probably good for him, because he would have just lost that Angel.
Double Angel, or double Angel Blessed Knight.
Ooh, a missed on the Djinn. That sucks. Also, notice Pew has Helm. This is because Helm is the most effective countermeasure to Angels these days. So is he going to Cataclysm?
Helm is also a pretty good counter to Dragons.
Yeah, so I've heard. Yeah, he's going to go for the Cataclysm play. Which makes sense, because that frees up his Assassinate. And puts him in a good position.
Now, Peacekeeper could play Namir, Sunblessed Priest. Although he would want to play...
He did it in the wrong order, then.
Yeah, he could have gained 1 more hit point. We will see if that 1 hit point matters.
Actually, the reason it matters is because with 24 life, you can play 4th Aspect, double Word of Grace, win on 40 life.
It's very true.
So... Pew has to start doing a little bit of damage. Wow.
That Helm is a little premature, but I say that knowing that Peacekeeper has an Antriel in his hand, and that's probably coming down this turn.
He goes for that. So, yeah, Pew is just fishing for lamps, but I'm not sure using the Helm was the best idea. But, I mean, I'm not in the championship final, so what do I know?
Spell Warden and I about to say I can only assume Namir both come out of the instill life there.
Is he gonna take a Cataclysm?
He chooses. There's 1 Assassinate, 2 Cataclysm, 2 Vamp, all the Power Surge, and all the... Yep, yeah, goes for the Assassinate.
But he has Cataclysm anyway, so he doesn't mind too much.
Well, it is worth keeping in mind that every time you play... or every time you activate Spell Warden, you do steal a card from their deck.
Yeah, I mean, of course, he can take away the Cataclysm, which is good, but it's the Helm that is the most important card against Angels.
True.
Because it cannot be answered.
But he is also it is also worth keeping in mind that he has burned 2 assassinates for Pew Pew right now, so at least he's got that going for him.
We'll see.
So
Pew Pew blocks.
we are watching Peacekeeper versus Pew Pew. Peacekeeper in round 3, still undefeated, attempting to defend his title. Peacekeeper, I assume, is going to activate the Namir ability and trade the Namir with the Sunblessed and gain 3 life, which could potentially let him win the game. He could potentially win the game through...
Oh, this way ensures the thing dies. He goes for it anyways because he wants the life.
He does. He wants the life gain to go to 29. He could, like I said, he could actually win this off of life gain. He's got a Word of Grace in hand. He's got an Antriel. He's got another Namir. He could... I think Peacekeeper might just be shifting to attempt to win through life gain.
No, it's not so much an attempt as that's the only way he can win this game. Because against Cataclysms and Helms, he will not keep a board. But with a life gain, if Pew Pew can't start doing damage, then there's not much that he can do. He might go for the Horizons to try to set up a Lamp Vamp combo somewhat soon.
Very true. Very, very true. There's the Horizons. So he wants to be... basically free up everything in his deck to be playable. Ray of Righteousness is probably going to be saved for Vampirism. Almost definitely. Unless he really feels like he needs to kill a Karthus. Cavalry Field Captain might be an interesting play. Let him trade off.
So Peacekeeper... Is he going to play Antriel and attack with Namir? Looks like he is.
If he plays the Antriel, he's not doing anything else this turn, but it does let him basically gain 3 life.
Another 3 life, which is good. So now a Cataclysm is practically forced. But he could attack with the Library Guards first. Or he could draw a lamp, perhaps. No, he needs to... Once his hero power comes online, that's when Pew Pew can really do something. So he has to hope Peacekeeper doesn't win this turn. Because he just drew a lamp, which means he could easily... Yeah, he's gonna do this, deal 3 damage, and then he's probably gonna Cataclysm. And by probably, I mean definitely. Because otherwise Antriel will just...
Oh wait, he couldn't block. I was thinking about that backwards.
And this is the critical turn. If Peacekeeper gets the Word of Grace, he wins. If not, though, Pew Pew has a lamp and the hero power, so he can do a lot of stuff this turn.
Peacekeeper did just draw another Antriel. Tosses away his Namir. Oh, oof. That might hurt. He Divine Offering, and the top 2 cards of his Divine Offering were Words of Grace.
Ooh.
That's gotta hurt. But at least he can drop out a Guardian of the Faithful.
Sure, that helps.
Followed up with an Antriel next turn, which he has enough mana.
This is where that Helm would have been useful.
If Pew Pew can't deal with the Guardian...
Pew Pew has 2 lamps.
Peacekeeper could play the Antriel, swing, gain 3 life, go to 31, gain another level off a shrine, and then get the 10 life and win that way. There's a potential for victory with what Peacekeeper just has in hand. It requires a few things to go perfectly for Peacekeeper, but it is possible.
And this is where Miss Divine Offering for Pew Pew is a bit of a bummer.
A little bit, but it's not like he doesn't have cards in hand.
He's gonna assassinate the Guardian, definitely here.
Okay.
And then probably reload the hero power and play like 2 Library Guards and the card draw. He definitely needs to establish a board. He's gonna try to hope for a Helm. He gets nothing off the Djinn. There's a lamp. He's going to attack, I think. Yeah, he wants to reduce Peacekeeper's life for sure.
He absolutely has to. He can't let... Tosses away the Valor Sworn.
But he can still win with that second Word of Grace.
Yes. That would be exact win lethal. Life lethal. And, whiffs. Although he does cycle through an Instill Life Array and 2 Spell Wardens, that not necessarily what he wants to see.
Well, maybe he's trying to dig out those Words of Grace. That's what I'm guessing he's going to try to do.
Well, he did whiff on a Divine Offering.
Yes,
so
but if he could just keep Divine Offering and try to get those 2 words that went down closer to the top of his deck.
Well, he still has. He's only played the one word, or he only has the one Word of Grace. He hasn't played any, so he does have a 4th floating somewhere in the deck.
So now PQ, is he going to search for a Helm? A Helm now would be great, utterly amazing.
I mean, Helm pretty much wins him the game, so I think digging for Helm is far more important than the 2 damage that Jin might be able to do, or the block on Antriel that the Jin might be able to do. Yeah, digging for that Helm is...
No, he got a Power Surge. That's useful. Well, that's redraw, but he'll play his Ancient Wisdom first, probably. No, he Power Surges. He drew Vampirism. But that's actually not very useful, because it doesn't matter how much life PQ has. It only matters how much life Peacekeeper has.
Well, you can make the argument that it does push for extra damage.
Yes, but Antriel blocking will just negate all of it. So now he's going to take a risk. Does he not want to draw 2 more cards with Ancient Wisdom? He has the Guardian to block and only give 3 life to Peacekeeper. He Divine Offers for a Shrine. He's going to draw here. He draws a Mutant, which could help. Reducing Antriel and power is nice, but a 5/5 is still big enough to kill whatever. So what does he do? He plays another Library Guards, and then he's going to play Ancient Wisdom to draw 2 cards. He's really looking for that Helm. Not Power Surge, he wants more mana. He draws another Lamp. So now Peacekeeper has a chance to top deck here.
Peacekeeper top decks a Guardian of the Faithful.
Not a bad card.
No, right now he just needs creatures to make the most out of Antriel's effect. Cycles with the Word of Grace. Draws a Shrine. The Shrine draws him a card. The card is an Antriel.
Okay, but he's very close.
Very, very close.
So now he's going to... He doesn't want to double block because he doesn't want to give Peacekeeper too much life. So now Guardian will be played almost definitely here. Yep. But if that Guardian gets removed... So the Jin is going to be searching probably because he needs that Helm. A Helm will be just insane. We've only seen 1, right? Yeah, there's only one Helm in the graveyard, and he only has 18 cards in hand in the deck, so it can't be very far away.
Unless he only plays the one.
No, that's very unlikely.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible you come to a tournament and play only 1 Helm.
So Puki has a lot of he can look through a lot of cards right now because he has a 2nd Jin and a lot of mana. Now, if he takes a Helm, does he steal Antriel here, or does he steal the Guardian?
I think he's got to steal the Antriel just so that there's less card draw for his opponent, or life gain for his opponent.
And he gets a Cataclysm. Will he actually play it? That's interesting because he can then attack with a Lamp. Yep, he does play it. He can play and activate another Lamp, which will do 8 damage. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. And because Peacekeeper played that Word of Grace already, he only has... Like, he has to draw 2 more to win.
And we know 2 of them are towards the bottom of the deck, so that's... Ooh, there's a Word of Grace. He did hit 1.
So he might draw the 2nd one right away, then.
Oh, he's cycling through 5 more cards. There's a potential. Gets an Angel Blessed Knight. Could play that. Could play the Word of Grace for that extra 2 life, which would put him to... Oh, he cycles through 4 more cards. Wait, that was the the double Angel Bless, the double Shrine. I think Word of Grace
is coming.
I think the other Words of Grace are floating at the top now.
Well,
he can play a Word of Grace now.
Does he have it?
He does have a Word of Grace in hand.
Okay.
But he's only got the mana to play the one. I wonder if he's thinking. I wonder if he's trying to play around Mind Extortion. He knows there are 2 in the deck, and he knows that there are back-to-back.
Wait,
so I wonder if if he's trying to play around Mind Extortion.
Wait, no, that's not a losing play. Very, very courageous. But the idea is that if he blocks, he can kill Antriel, and he goes to 31 minus 5 is 26. So he does go down 1 more life. But if he doesn't block, does he?
17.
Does he have to block this? He does not block this, which puts him at 17, which is well out of reach of any Words of Grace. Oh, now he needs more Words of Grace.
If he's betting on... He
plays a Mutant, which does weaken the Angel, but I don't think it actually matters, because she still gets the 3 lives.
I wonder if he's betting on...
There's the Word
of Grace, followed by a Valor Sworn Initiate.
He needs...
Or Incarnate.
He needs 2 more words to win. He attacks the Mutant, which he will just let go. That's 1 less life for Peacekeeper. That's important.
Could play...
He should just let it go. Yeah. So Peacekeeper...
Valor Sworn obviously comes out, and so does the Knight.
5/5. So a Cataclysm would immediately win the game, because it would clear, and then 10 more damage would put Peacekeeper well out of any chance of winning with life. But if not, again, a Helm is crushing. No Helm, but he's got the mana redraw. Mana recovery. There's another Mutant. Does he go for the Djinn to try to look? Seems like he should.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I still stand by it. Helm wins the game.
But he has to draw it. And he has 10 cards in the deck. How far? Where is this Helm?
And he's got... Peacekeeper's got 30 cards left in deck. Do you think... I think you gotta be sitting there if you're Peacekeeper, looking at your opponent, knowing that they've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
What?
2 minutes and 40 seconds before he loses the game.
Yeah. And he draws a Djinn. He reflected the card draw. He uses that. He's going to recover the hero power, play a Djinn to look for... There's 6 cards in his deck. My goodness. Where... Does he not have another Helm?
Can Peacekeeper... Even if Peacekeeper gets hit here and goes down to a point where his life gain never wins him the game, he could potentially win by just decking...
I don't know. Can he get 40... Turns. Can Pukey get 40 life right now? He's hitting with 3 life-bound
15,
lamps.
18... Oh, man. I hate math. Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna clear his board, and he's gonna get...
Game 3,
No,
game
that's
6.
it. PQ wins with life gain.
Yep.
That's it.
Keeper realized it.
Wow.
It only took his entire deck for it to happen.
And we never saw that second Helm.
If he plays the second Helm.
Wow. That was cool. That was a good game.
That was a very interesting game.
All right. Rolling out the Burning Rage versus the Angels, and he opens with double Burning Rage in hand, which is always good. But
right, you're watching.
Oh, missed Divine Offering with no Shrine in hand.
Oh, that is a kick straight to the nads. That is shattered dreams right there.
That his soul must be crushed right now. He's not out of it, but that is...
If
that
he doesn't...
stings.
He is out of it if he misses another Divine Offering.
No, he did not.
Okay. I was about to say, that does take him right out of the game. Being 2 turns behind is just... Hang on one second.
Okay, so it's like Pukio is going second without the coin, or I'm sorry, Spark.
That's better. And there's the ramp.
Yeah, Pukio's in really bad shape.
Peacekeeper is also holding two, count them, two Ray of Righteousness.
I guess against the Burning Rages. That could be it.
That and, like, it's a dragon killer. But, yeah, the fact that if Pew like, needs to hit Burning Rages and start cycling to really get back in the game, but Ray of Righteousness is just gonna nuke that.
But I don't think he'd even want to destroy Burning Rage, because with 7 cards in hand, Pukio wouldn't be able to empty his hand, and it would just keep taking massive damage.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking immediately, like he plays it right now. No, he'd probably, if he's afraid of Pukio getting too far ahead, then yeah. Or climbing back in the game, I guess I should say, not getting too far ahead. Let's see. An Amir could come down right now, and it would gain him 2 life.
Yeah, that's pretty strong. And that Incarnate is now 3/3.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks like it might just be a loss, because an entire turn behind is a big deal.
And even if Pukio does manage to actually get a board, Peacekeeper's sitting on an instill life to just completely refill his board.
He could play Gibbo and Roni, but I don't think that's going to do anything. They would just die.
Yeah, next turn, Peacekeeper could hero power potentially into an Antriel and just win the game. And with a Valor Sworn, 2 Ray of Righteousness, and a dead and still life, probably going to be Peacekeeper's only play on 3 mana.
Pukio's just grinding his teeth in fury.
I can only imagine.
I think if he fireballs, he should fireball the 2/3 Knight, honestly. Because it cannot be instilled, and it reduces the ramp.
Yeah.
So it probably does the most damage to Peacekeeper's board.
It takes away 1 damage or 1 power and 1 life from the Valor Sworn, too.
Yeah. That's what I would do. Hitting Namir, for instance, wouldn't do nearly as much.
And it prevents Peacekeeper from hero powering next turn.
We'll
potentially into the game-ending Antriel.
Yep. He does exactly that. So he slightly catches up. The fact that he couldn't fireball the Knight immediately on curve is what made the big difference.
I knew that he would do that. He drew a second Valor Sworn Incarnate, so going 3 levels and then dropping both of them is definitely the better play.
Yeah, Pukio is miles away from his hero power.
Tosses away.
It's over. Yeah. It's over. There's the missed Divine Offering was too much. Ah, my hat. Oh no. So a bit anticlimactic, but we still have 1 more game to look forward to.
Yeah, this just gets us straight to game 3, which is what everyone wants to see. So.
Oh yeah. That's what I want to see.
And we get to see Peacekeeper's Enoch deck.
Ooh, it's probably demons. I'm telling you, it's demons.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was demons. I would be very happy if it was demons. I would also be very happy if it's like the Golem Factory type deck. I don't expect it to be. No, that's
not
definitely
quite demons.
But I would full blown throw my hands on my head and be like, "What?" if that were the case.
Pukio really contemplating. He can try to play Gibbo and Roni to just try to stave off as much damage as possible. But Peacekeeper now can just crush his board.
Yeah.
And, Pukio is in the same situation. He's 1 turn away from hero power, unfortunately. Which would save him, but now... Yeah, I mean, he just loses 4 creatures. And lethal is coming.
What's funny is Pukio hits his hero power in a few turns. I mean, now he scoops, but then he just instill lifes all 3 of those Valor Sworn Incarnates right back into play. That was losing um a losing play or a losing game right off the get-go for.
All right, so the final battle. PewQ with a much better starting hand. No Burning Rage, but he's got Lizard, Warrior, and Word of Fire. So he's probably going to keep that after his last game.
Peacekeeper's opening hand. A Sanctum, a Corruption Shrine, a Zombie Legionnaire, a Word of Pain, 2 Consumed Spirits, and a Herald of Despair.
Oh no, so it is demons. So how will PewQ deal with this? In a battle between demons and Burning Rage, the demons have the upper hand when going first because Consume can just push in so much damage.
Without a doubt.
So will he play Lizard Goblin here? Or might play Double Goblin to play around the possible Consume. We'll see. If not, just playing the Lizard is the best play because the Lizard would not die to Consume.
It does help to have those Words of Pain against Burning Rage.
Well, it helps to have them because they help you survive when you portal.
Exactly.
So now will Peacekeeper Consume here to do the 3 damage?
An Infected Survivor.
Okay, so he's not going to do. He's going to play the Survivor instead.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Which is actually good news for PewQ because PewQ is the defensive player in this matchup. You may think Burning Rage is aggressive. No, the demons are the aggressors here.
Not to mention Peacekeeper went first, which in an aggro game means the person going second is pretty much always the defender. Unless they can come out with some kind of stronger board and immediately take the board back.
You can't really take a board back from demons. What you can do is outlast them and let them die from their own portal. But if Peacekeeper has Herald, then he's playing a different variant than I am. Because my demons don't even run Herald. They just run straight face.
Well, Consume Spirit now pushes for 3 damage and kills off his Gooblin.
The Gooblin?
The Gooby Gooblin. He's a Gooby Goober, yeah.
That's okay. So what will PewQ do now? He probably goes for the card draw here. He would really like a Burning Rage. Because with the demons, it's always a race against time. But without Portal, he's not in as much pressure. If Peacekeeper had a Portal on the board by now, PewQ would be scared. Very scared.
Peacekeeper doesn't have a Portal yet. But he does have Word of Pain for cycling.
He isn't likely to use it yet, though. He wants to establish a board first.
No, I know. He'll probably play the Herald or whatever he draws next turn. I'm just saying it is, if he wants to dig. Ooh, there's a Consumed Spirit target for Peacekeeper. The second Consumed Spirit. Ooh.
He only plays the one guy. I think he's trying to play around Consume.
Well, Peacekeeper could Flesh Sculptor.
He has a Flesh Sculptor.
He drew a Flesh Sculptor and a Succubus. I'm starting to think that maybe this is more of just like a Mono Corruption kind of zombie.
This might not be demons at all. You're right.
A zombie thing instead of... Well, let's see. Harpy, Spirit, Infected Survivor, Word of Pain. Still no Portal. I'm starting to think...
No, he has Herald, so he has to have Portal, right?
Well, it does kill off Lamp.
That's a very weak way to... You don't worry about lamps because your opponent is dead before they have lamps. Or that's the idea. If you're playing against Vamp Lamp and if you still haven't killed them by then, you will not survive.
Definitely pondering. He could Flesh Sculptor, trade, get 2/2/2s. He could Consume Spirit and push for 3s. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna Consume Spirit and hit for another 3.
Yeah, generally the way you play is to try to get those big damage bursts in so that you only have a little bit more to go when you start a Succubus train. But it looks like PewQ is going to roll out a Phoenix now. And that's, without 2 Consumes, that's going to be hard to kill.
Well, Peacekeeper does have the hero power play. He can Flesh Sculptor. There's a Portal.
Yeah, he does have
Peacekeeper
Portal.
does have the Portal.
Is he going to play it, is the question. I think he will.
He's Divine Offering away the Zombie Legionnaire. Safe bet. but he tossed away his Herald before. So he's going to attack.
PQ will not block that. Definitely not.
You absolutely wouldn't.
So now Word of Pain, perhaps? No, he does play the Portal.
There's the Portal and the...
Ooh, Fireworker top deck by PQ.
Oof.
The question is, will he actually destroy the Portal? I think he should.
Peacekeeper does have the Succubus, and that's going to help him really kind of stabilize and keep the pressure going.
Now, when it comes to dealing with Portal, you either want to destroy it immediately or never at all, because you don't want to let them get like 2 or 3 searches and then destroy it. So the question is, does he use the Fireworker to just clear Portal, or does he play something like Word of Fire on the Sculptor and then a Goblin Warrior? But without a Burning Rage of his own, it's a bit difficult. If he had Burning Rage, I think he could safely contend with Portal.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to... I really feel like this PQ's choice here is going to dictate the rest of the game.
No, he's going to go for the kill on the Portal. Okay, that's what I expected. I do think that's the correct play.
Yeah, that shifts up what Peacekeeper... Another Flesh Sculptor.
But those Flesh Sculptors aren't going to be doing anything if he can't actually, get some kills. Unless he intends to use Enoch. Now, I think Succubus is being played, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has to hold on to that Sculptor because he knows PQ's got that hero power right around the corner.
Yep.
And while it'd be funny to get, what would that be, 5 zombies? If you drop the... Well, it'd be more than that if you drop the second Flesh Sculptor.
Oh, probably like 7.
Off of the off of his hero power. I mean...
No, actually, it would be exactly 7 zombies.
I mean, that might actually be the right play. Not wanting your opponent to hero power, because it basically gives you more creatures.
Top deck, the second Word of Fire by PQ. He's gonna kill the Sculptor and the Succubus here, definitely. And that puts him in a... I think he's just gonna keep hitting face, honestly.
Well, there goes Flesh Sculptor. He's still got that Word of Pain, which will drain for 3, so it's another Succubus. Down goes the Succubus.
Burning Rage top deck by PQ is very nice.
Succubus used to going down.
I think the Phoenix has got to attack face here. Or not at all. Peacekeeper with just 2 cards. Can PQ recover here? The winner of this game is going on the final. So.
It's really going to depend on how Peacekeeper draws this next turn. If he draws something like Word of Pain, then...
Consume Spirit would probably be winning on the spot. Well... It would force PQ to just completely give up his Phoenix.
Yeah.
But he's already played 2, so that's unlikely.
Well, we'll just have to see what it is that Peacekeeper draws.
He does attack with the Phoenix.
Peacekeeper's definitely not worried about dying. Ooh, a Harpy.
That doesn't do much.
Harpy gets tossed away immediately. Gets the Divine Offering, but has to toss away a Dark Portal and shrines into a shrine. Word of Pain for Cycle gets another Infected Survivor. Not a bad draw.
At this point, Peacekeeper is going to try to win by getting 2 more Drain effects.
Yeah.
Which he still has quite a lot of.
Peacekeeper's absolutely not worried about dying. He's just worried about not being able to push through that last bit of damage.
So how can PQ deal with this? He has a very awkward hand.
Peacekeeper still has, well, we can assume, is actual. Actually, I don't have to assume.
He goes for the Shrine here, which reduces his hand size, which is useful. So he can cycle up some spells.
I'm sorry. I was like, oh, I don't have to assume what's in Peacekeeper's deck. I can go check the deck lists. And this one does have 4 Word of Pain and 4 Succubus.
Oh,
but the thing that made me... Oh, 3 Succubus, excuse me. The thing that made me laugh was his Angel deck is called Wanihira Joko. His Zash deck is called Bolt Her to the Wall. And And his demon deck is called Fuzzy Wuzzy Was a Bear. So those made me laugh. But yes, 3 more Words of Pain, 2 more Succubus in the deck, 5 cards out of 42, basically win Peacekeeper the game.
Actually, Consume also wins, like I said.
That's true. But yeah, Fuzzy Wuzzy Was a Bear. Those made me laugh.
Pewkew's really taking a long time here.
It was Pew, right? Who we were just watching that game wondering where that second helm was?
Yeah.
Well, let me double check and see if he even has. His deck only ran 1 Helm of Dominion.
Really?
Really?
Why in the world would you only have 1 helm? And you'd use it on Namir and not a giant ass angel. I don't know.
Well, either way, we are sitting here waiting for Pew to make his decision. Oh, the Succubus top deck. Does the Succubus top deck? He could Flesh Sculptor, Hero Power. One of his, the Flesh Sculptor. Hey, Flesh Sculpt. No, he doesn't have enough mana. Dang, I was about to say Flesh Sculptor, Hero Power, Succubus wins him the game. But if he plays Flesh Sculptor, Hero Powers pushes through 2, then he knows Pew's not gaining life, guarantees him lethal next turn with the Succubus.
So he just plays. He could just play Succubus and sacrifice it, right? And just attack, and that's lethal.
You know, or you could do that because not an idiot like me.
But he doesn't do it.
Goes for the.
He's gonna fireball the Sculptor probably.
Okay, so
Pew has a fireball, so he would have had a defense against.
I was about to say he would have. That wasn't exactly missed lethal. This is playing around like that, and he's playing around fireball, but
he does hit the Sculptor, of course. Second Dragonfire for Pew.
Oh, actually, this is lethal. Oh wait, nope, Phoenix. God, I'm just not here.
Boltor, we talked about this. We're not gonna call out random lethals.
That's not random lethal. It's just kind of.
He should still play Succubus, because why not?
Well, why not? Is because it changes how Pew plays the game. He doesn't consider. Maybe he doesn't consider the infected survivor a super threat because he doesn't know that.
It is a super threat because 1 more damage means 1 more drain wins. So I think Pew has to break the Sculptor and Hero Power.
To
clear the board. The Survivor to clear the board.
Yeah, he definitely needs to clear the board this turn, but he might not just be. He might just not have it in mind that I almost did it too, and Survivor needs to die this turn. He might just be focusing. Probably does. I'm just saying that he might be thinking, I've just got to.
Wow, he tossed away a Dragonfire, Divine Offered, and drew another Dragonfire.
Don't you love when that happens?
Not quite. That means he can hold 2 Fireballs, actually. No, he's gonna clear the board, I think.
I mean, it is the safer play. It's absolutely the safer and right play. Well, there is a Sanctum in Peacekeeper's hand, so we can deal with the Phoenix, at least. There's a Herald that doesn't do much of anything for him. Assuming it's probably getting tossed. Nope. I was about to say, assuming it probably gets tossed away, but...
Succubus should probably come down.
Gets the Shrine.
Well, I don't know if there's any advantage to holding it, really. He does hold it.
I'm still sitting here thinking that you just don't want to, lack of a better term, blow your load too early. It's his lethal, really, the Succubus is, and he's got to try and... You want to try and hold on to lethal until you absolutely have it. Like I said, it basically... Right now, Pew might be thinking that Peacekeeper doesn't have anything in hand, so it changes how Pew plays the game. Dropping the Succubus, putting Pew to 1, makes Pew change up how he plays.
Okay, that's fair. So Pyukyu's only chance to dodge a couple top decks, because he has 2 Dragon Fires in hand and a Fireball. So he can play a Gibbo and Roni now, which will establish a good board. And then just go to town with the burn spells.
Peacekeeper literally needs 1 point of damage. And Shrine draws him a Nightbringer.
That is not too good.
No, but
so
it's
Consume
something.
no longer wins. He needs one of the... What, 5 cards you said?
4, because he's got 3...
Oh yeah, 3. He's already lost 1 Succubus.
Yeah, 1 Succubus and 1... whatchamacallit? Word.
Fire Blast is what Pukey would really like right about now.
Oh, I thought you were about to say he has it at hand, and I was like, God, Peacekeeper cannot catch a break this game.
He's already caught a break by getting a free win last game.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I said this game.
Fireballs that. Go for the draw. He has to make sure the board is clear because he cannot risk losing to Consume. Like, he can't have more things that kill him. He drew Word of Fire, which he should use, draw 2 cards, and play his Lizard Barbarian. And then go face, which means his 2 Dragon Fighters could eventually catch lethal. So can Pukey come back with 1 life in this game?
Oh, let's see.
He draws a Phoenix. He can play that instead. 8. Yeah, play a Phoenix for sure.
He needs 8.
Or Fia. Or he could play Fia and Lizard, actually. Yeah, he goes for Fia and Lizard.
So that's 5. He needs 8. He's at 8 mana. Yeah. It's really this turn.
He has lethal.
Peacekeeper needs...
a top deck.
Corruption Shrine. Draws into Buzzards. But he can Buzzard and...
sacrifice it? No, that won't do anything.
Sacrifice... yeah. It's a little...
If that's all he's doing, what's his last card?
A Shrine.
That's it. PQ wins. Double Dragonfire, and then sack Fia, and that's more than enough. Wow.
Yeah, 2,
PQ
4,
comes
6,
back
7.
After a savage beating he received in the early game, gets drained down to 1 life against 20. Okay, how big does he want to make it? I mean, big enough so it doesn't die to Dragonfire, but... Yep. PQ gets away. He just got away with murder.
Yeah. I can only assume...
Peacekeeper sees that Dragonfire, thinks, oh no, you've got to be kidding me. But no, sir, we are not kidding you.
Wow. That is something. Well, no repeat for Peacekeeper.
But you know what? PQ deserved it. After literally just having the game taken from him with that missed DO.
Yeah, after game 2, basically causing him to just outright lose.
Okay, so PQ
3.
and Laurentiel in the top. Yes, my boy Laurentiel is going to win this. I'm telling you.
I don't know. I think I got to switch over. So we got PQ in first, Laurentiel in second, Peacekeeper in third, Uskafanfa in fourth, Clone in fifth, Johto in sixth, Cruel Tech in seventh, Ladelfer in eighth, and my man Geth is in ninth, and...
Ecop still with 1 point.
Ecop is in...
Forest Bear with 0.
Right.
And who's the last wild card?
Yeah, Doom,
Oh,
who's in
right.
10th. Oops. We've got... Peace Q final, apparently. Yep.
Oh, of course, that's what we're gonna watch.
We will absolutely be covering PQ versus Laurentiel. So, we've had some
Wild games.
close games, some very last minute or last turn at 1 hit point wins.
Yeah, it's been a wild tournament. And no hate bears. Did you notice that?
Well, we haven't seen anyone play Hate Bears. We've seen plenty of Advanced Nieva both banned and or just not played.
Fair enough.
But it is interesting that we haven't seen a lot of Hate Bears.
Burning Rage still pretty dominant.
Absolutely.
Not a surprise. Vamplamp still out there. So we know Pukey has Vamplamp, Burning Rage, and something got banned that we didn't see.
Who? Pew Q?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me pull up his lists. He's got basic Nephiros, which is demons.
Oh, right, demons.
Then Zash, which we saw, and Despina, which we saw with only the one Helm of Dominion.
I don't get it, man. One helm?
I guess he wanted to make room. I guess that's just what he chose to make room for Reflector.
I guess. I'm not too sold on Reflector. I guess the idea is to reflect Cataclysm against bears.
Well, that and I'm. Doesn't it have a no? I remember seeing someone talk about a discussion about how it gives you an advantage over one turn heal, but I don't see exactly how. So our final includes a Swede versus a. I don't want to call them Polacks,
It
but
is Polacks.
Oh, okay,
That's
good.
literally how you say a Polish person in Polish. Polak.
Okay, good. Because I was once told that that's racist to say.
Was definitely not told to you by a Polak, unless they were just messing with you.
Okay, so we got a Swede versus a Polak.
So
that's fine.
We got two aggressive decks going at it.
Which side are you on?
Oh, Laurentiel, my boy, of course.
No. You're watching Laurentiel?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, then I'll grab PQ.
So Laurentiel off to a pretty good start here.
PQ has stuff he can play. He could open with the portal. He does have a portal in hand, but he could also. Well, he's got a second portal. He could also Infected Survivor, Noxious Fumes his turn to reclaim the board.
That's probably what you do. Portal is a bit dangerous when you're behind and have nothing.
Dusts away one portal to get another shrine. So he can Infected Survivor, Coin, or Spark, Noxious Fumes. Yeah. Or Noxious Fumes, Spark, Survivor. But doesn't
does
actually...
not Spark the Survivor. That's a strange decision. I would have done that.
Oh, it's because he's got the Blood Witch Harpy. He can spark out the Blood Witch Harpy next turn.
Oh.
I haven't bothered looking. Yep, Soul Ravens are one level.
Yes, Soul Ravens do die to Harpy.
I haven't encountered Harpy when playing Coronis decks, it seems. So I don't know that matchup. Or that interaction as well as I should.
So Harpy's gonna clear probably the 1/1.
I would imagine so.
So he sacks that. What's he gonna go for? He would love an Assassinate right about now.
Well, PQ does have a second Blood Witch Harpy in hand. And the ability to play it next turn with a Shrine.
So Laurentiel has some choices. He could drop a Library Guards and Mind Extort. It's probably actually his only really decent play. Since he doesn't have Assassinate, he might use the Cathedral of the Night to reduce the Harpy in size a bit.
Well,
but that's his whole turn then.
Mind Extort would be a pretty good play because it would hit either a Consume Spirit or a Dark Portal.
Oh, you want to hit Consume probably in that case.
Yeah.
Because Consume is basically the most powerful weapon that demons have. It's literally removal that does damage to face. You can't ask for more than that.
Ooh, something from Crypt.
He plays the Mind Extortion, of course. Yeah, juicy hand. Yeah, he hits a Consume here. I don't know, hitting Portal might have been interesting, because the Portal right now is one way that PQ could catch up. So now is it going to be another Mind Extortion? Nice. Oh, Gnome Surgeon. Well, he's not going to play the Gnome Surgeon because he knows the other Consume is there. Yeah, it takes away both of the Consumes. Takes away the Consumes. And now Portal is dangerous because an overcharged Library Guards could really start doing the hurt. Or he could give it the hook, pull in the Harpy, and kill it.
Well, he's got a Portal, a Survivor, and a Vulture. Ooh, there's a Word of Pain, so that's at least cycle.
That's a bit of a weak play right now, though. He needs to contest the board.
He does. But nothing he plays really contests the board. He can't even play the Infected Survivor because...
No, he can, because it's all about ramping. I would play Portal Infected Survivor if I was PewQ, because it's okay to lose your 1-drops to Harpy. You have... Card draw is not a problem for you. You're searching for cards every turn. So don't be afraid to lose guys to Harpy. It's all about damage and pressure and all those other, advanced terms that players use. Wow, Harpy. I mean, Vulture. That's an interesting play. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So now, will he play the Gnome? Oh, top decked and Overcharger. He probably will play that and just hit the Survivor and go face. Yep.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Now the question is, will he play a Raven? Probably not, because the Raven just dies. I think he plays the Gnome Surgeon and hope PewQ doesn't have another Consume. No, he makes a Raven, but the Raven can block for the turn. So if the Zombie Legionnaire attacks, a Laurentian could just chump it, get rid of it, and then the Vulture will perish the next turn.
Well, PewQ did draw a Herald of Despair, so at least there's that.
It's a 4-mana removal of an artifact, though. It's kind of his whole turn. Yeah, Herald is not the best way to remove artifacts. It's kind of nice that you can, but... yeah, he mostly just run it for Portal, let's be honest. He does have some amusing interactions, like instantly destroying Runet Incarnates. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Or he can also destroy Electrostatic Storm, which is also really funny. PewQ considering his options?
PewQ draws a Noxious Fumes.
He could use it to clear the Raven, but that's not necessarily the best. I'd say Laurentio's in great shape right now. That Library Guards is a difficult card.
Grabs another Harpy.
That won't help him, though.
Not really,
no. He needs Sanctum to kill the Library Guards. And next turn, Laurentio is going to roll out his Library Guards as second one, and then put another Overcharger and swing for 7 damage, putting PewQ at 7, and making Portal basically unplayable. So, I'm still not convinced as to the hero choice. I just don't get it. Why not Enoch?
All I can assume is that he's hoping to kind of manipulate and contest the early board with basic Nephros' hero power. That is the only thing I can think
of. If you're playing Zombie Legionnaires, you could conceivably kill like lizards and stuff.
Yeah, he is playing Legionnaire.
Maybe it's not that bad. He plays the second Harpy.
It's not what I would choose, not the first choice I would make, but in a tournament situation, I would consider it, because in a tournament you're looking at different you're looking at a different like meta than climbing the ladder, so to speak.
All right, so Laurentio's gonna he's gonna go Overcharger. Oh, he might actually use the hook to pull in one Harpy. Clear
that wouldn't surprise me.
And then, he pulls in a hook, so he's gonna kill one Harpy. And then plays other Library Guards, I guess. No, he can't. He's 1 mana off. But that's still good. He still does a decent amount of damage, and... was he gonna play the second Gnome? Might as well, right? If you have 2 Gnomes, you can put a lot of power on the board quickly. No, he doesn't do it.
Oh, Sanctum.
But he can't use it.
Oh.
He cannot use it yet. He has to go up a level or use it for the hero. Hero power is what I mean.
Well, I think he's absolutely got a Divine Offering something away. I mean, the Dark Portal and Herald are just kind of sitting dead in his hand out, regardless.
He could play Portal and then clear it once it gets to 3. And then get the 3 searches off of it. It's dangerous, but... I don't know. The position is dangerous right now. He can kill his other Harpy, too, next turn. And then Laurentio's gonna start rolling out Ravens. So, no, it looks like there's no Drayla in Laurential's deck. Looks like it's just 2 aspects, straight up Wisdom Dominion.
Well, let's see.
Is Library Guards the only blue card? It's the only blue card I see so far. I imagine he has Protector as well, though.
Nope. Spoiled, Baseborn, Library, Gnome, Silverblade, Slave, Shadowstep, Blood. Yep, the only blue card he plays are Library Guards.
Huh. Does he have Mutant?
No. Does he have what?
Mutant. Wind-Seeking.
Yes.
Oh, he's saving the 2 mana for end of turn Overcharger, I think.
Seems logical, Captain.
Well, take the hit, Laurential. You can't exactly stop it. So how much damage is Puke gonna take? Oh, he's gonna clear the Gnome. Yeah, makes sense. And he's setting up the Sanctum. He's gonna pull the Harpy forward. Yep, makes sense. Get a freebie kill on it. Yeah, Laurential's in really good shape. Another Library Guards. Wow, that's great. He can play that and a Gladiator. Silverblade Warrior. But the question is, will he go for a Raven instead? Or will he go for another Library? It's probably the Raven. It's just more value. Here come the Ravens. Slave Gladiator, because why not? And yeah, Puke has a big problem.
Yep. Alrighty, so pretty much anticipated that outcome. So, next we will have...
Oh, Hate Bears. Finally, Hate Bears.
Hate Bears versus Demons.
This matchup, I'd say, is actually okay. Demons can hold their own as long as they get the portal rolling quickly.
Well, no portal and Puke's opening hand, but he does have the mulligan and misses and gets an even worse hand. He at least had like a Nightbringer and some early game stuff like a Noxious Fumes, but now Puke's got 2 Corruption Shrines, a Haunted Cemetery, a Tomb of the Dams, and 2 Bedeviled Fiends.
Wow. Coined? Really?
Well, now Puke can trigger that.
Survivor's pretty good. It
well,
plays right into Survivor.
He does have a Vulture. Decides to go for the hero power. Gets Zombify. Sets up Zombify instead of going for the card draw, which is kind of an interesting choice. Personally, I'd want to be cycling cards in this hand because I'd want something playable, but...
It's interesting that he chose that hero power at all. Extra Zombie Legionnaires are generally not relevant when you're playing... By the way, Laurential kind of got mana screwed because he only had Nature Shrines to work with and could not play that Zombie Legionnaire turn 1. He would have liked to have done that.
Double consume in Puke's hand, but can't do anything with it.
Is he going to have just another bad game? Although nothing's going to trump the game with Peacekeeper.
Whiff on Divine Offering.
Poor guy. I mean,
next turn he does get to play a Tombs of the Damned or a Bedeviled Fiend, and then follow it up with some Consumes, but...
I mean, Tombs is probably the best play. I mean, definitely, not probably. It contests the board in the most meaningful way. Here we go. Give me some zombies. Right? Zombie time? Oh, no. Noxious Fumes? Oh, he's going to do it that way.
And that does give him a zombie to contest the other zombies, so at least the boards are even now.
I guess he really wanted to kill the Sculptor.
Yeah, I cannot imagine you'd want to leave a Sculptor going for all that long.
Yes. There was a second one from Laurential.
Laurential probably has another one in hand just to punish that play, but does have another Consume to kill off the other Flesh Sculptor. And we'll see if...
I think he wants to play Tombs, though. If he has a Noxious, then Tombs Noxious
he just drew the Noxious, so Tombs Noxious is definitely coming out.
Okay, now that puts him right back in the game, I think. Because landsliding tombs is not very good. But he will not do it. Yeah, he'll play that and probably the Plague Vermin and possibly trade the zombies.
Probably discards the Corruption Shrine. I don't know. That's kind of a hard one. Bedeviled Fiend, Consume Spirit, Corruption Shrine.
I'd keep the Consume. It's too strong.
Yeah, he tosses the Shrine.
PewQ, if he could get a portal now, he might make a comeback here. Because with a portal and tombs, he's got massive value coming in.
Yeah.
But does not play the Plague Vermin. Interesting.
A Vulture comes down.
Vulture is not too helpful for PewQ.
Not entirely, no. But tosses away the Vulture, gets a Shrine, tosses, puts a portal at the bottom. Oh, but top deck's a portal.
That could work.
He can portal, zombify, consume spirit to kill that.
It's probably what he should do. Because it gets him another zombie on the board, and it stops the damage coming in, which is great when you have portal.
True. He could also portal Bedeviled Fiend, which is what he does. That at least puts a...
But the Outbreak is going to send it right back. Probably. Yep. That's why I thought the other play was better, because it gets you another zombie on the board. And it stops the 2 damage from the spirit.
Well, now we finally get to see a Dark Portal in action.
Not for long.
Well, I guess not.
But this doesn't do that much, because the portal just gets redrawn. But this is another reason why I thought the other play was better.
Well, he can still do the other play because he still has the Consume.
He can play Portal Bedeviled. Oh, you can't do everything. Yeah, he can't do all of those things. We know he'd like to. He can play Portal and Bedeviled, but that's it. And Consume, but if he's going to use Consume, he'd want to use Zombify. Oh, PewQ still has some interesting choices.
Tosses away. Oh. He went for a Divine Offering, but decided against it. What could he want to toss away? Oh. Replays last turn.
He just replays. Although he did it in a strange order, but it probably wouldn't make any difference. It's time for the Hero Power.
Ghoul.
He's probably going to play the Vermin for the extra card.
Voyman.
But, yeah, he's going to just trade, which is actually great for PewQ. Because he's going to have the board. And he can slow down the Ghoul.
And attack into it, yeah.
Hey, maybe you're right about that Hero Power. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe.
I just feel it helps with trading just a little bit more. I've been playing a lot of basic Nephiros, and it's just one of those hero powers that doesn't look like it does much, but it can be really clutch in certain situations. Don't get me wrong, I still like Enoch's power, or the nature variant of demons.
That one has some issues, but it's an interesting one. It's neither better nor worse, I don't think.
I was just going to say, I think I like it better, but other than that, I got no problem with this.
PewQ, you're on the ball. Really? That's odd.
I can only assume that he thinks he can just consume to trade.
But he could just slow it down. Why not do that?
I don't exactly know.
Taking 3 from Ghoul is not a good idea when you have Portal on the board. I mean, he's gonna get a giant Vulture, which is cool. But I don't know. It seemed like a weird attack. Killing the Ghoul would have been great. Because you could have just played the Vulture and pumped it next turn. You don't have to pump it this turn. Top deck Landslide. But what's he gonna send back? And another Ghoul. Oh, he can only play 2 of the 3 cards he's holding. He's definitely gonna go face, because trying to control the board is just pointless. When PewQ is gonna start rolling out 3 zombies and 3 demons. Yeah, he sends back the Vulture anyways. But that means PewQ is not taking much damage from the portal. Looks like he is going to kill it, which is, again, good for PewQ because he gets to buy more time. He's going to win out on the Valley here, probably. The Laurenti has to hope for a good hero power. So now he could still... No, he can't do the consume play anymore because the ghoul is too tough. See, this is why I thought he should have just killed the ghoul instead of...
Tosses away the Herald, whiffs on the Divine Offering.
He'll still play the portal because it's good. Laurential still has a good chance here. What does he send back? The Vulture, the Plague Vermin. He draws a Zombie Legionnaire. Is he gonna just try to keep controlling those Legionnaires? Probably, because Consume is a threat. That's what PewQ has left, correct?
Yes, just the Consume.
He does not play either card. He's waiting for the hero power.
An Infected Survivor off the top.
That's a good card. He's gonna search for the 0-mana demon probably, or another Vulture.
Another Vulture.
He's just trying to mill Laurential?
No, because otherwise he wouldn't have sent any cards back like he did. I think he's just wanting the big beat stick that is a buffed up Vulture.
Yeah.
That, and potentially cycling his own creatures. I think he's just decided he wants to go for the big giant. Oh no, he tosses the Vulture away and whiffs again on Divine Offering.
Wow.
Oh, God.
He's just been having the worst luck in Divine Offering.
Not. Orange Jesus is not with you today, PewQ.
It is not. Here comes the hero power. Laurential gets to take back the game now. Oh, he draws another Survivor. I have a feeling they just took out Brothers in Arms entirely from their deck, right? Without the double draw, it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Ooh. Ow.
It's gonna be tough now. PewQ missing 2 Divine Offerings in a row. That's... That's just rough.
Oh. Yeah. That is just not something you come back from.
He should block with the Survivor, I think. Because he wants more bodies on the board. And he could have 1, or he could have 2.
Yeah.
And then he should probably use the Zombify and Consume to get another zombie. Even though Laurential has an Outbreak, he doesn't know that. I mean, he can probably guess that he might be holding one. I really feel bad for PewQ. I kind of want him to win this game, just because I think he's earned it.
He just wanted to win because he's playing demons.
Yeah, that. But I also want to see a Game 3.
Yeah, I definitely want to see... What would it be? Rage versus Bears. The final game of the Spellweavers Masters being Hate Bears versus Burning Rage. The game that must be seen like 18,000 times on the ladder.
That's okay. It's more interesting than Burning Rage Mirror, though, because each player is doing their own thing.
Hey, we can't even complain about bad mirrors, because we had an amazing Elf Mirror. Decides not to block with the Survivor. I wonder why. Hey, Harpy can start cleaning up that board.
It's too slow, though. PewQ, I don't think, has any chance of winning anymore, because he is on the clock. He's dead in 3 turns from his own portal. So... I mean, he can't be defending. He has to be attacking. But, I mean, he's basically lost because 2 Divine Offerings missed in a row. He just lost 2 cards.
Yeah.
Which just sucks. It's a real shame. So what will he do now? Notice a lot of players are taking really long time. I guess they really want to calculate the possible outcomes. It does feel like you're doing math sometimes in Spellweaver. Or you're playing chess.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes you gotta plan a couple turns ahead when you're playing Spellweaver.
You think, okay, if he has this and I do this, then this happens. If I do this instead, yeah, he's gonna go for the Consume play.
There's a reason why Life Coach is probably my favorite Hearthstone player, because that's pretty much he ropes every single turn because that's what he's doing, and I really respect that.
He does not consume.
He's gotta play the Heartbeat to even have a semblance of getting back in this game.
But the Outbreak's gonna send it back, and I think that's gonna be game over. Yeah. Double Ghoul is gonna swing for 6.
7 with the.
Yeah, it's it. Laurentio is our champion.
Yep, that's it. Oh, come on. Don't want to send back the portal?
Oh, he just has lethal with the board. Wow. Rude.
About to say, swinging with just what can't be blocked is, just, and then you let the portal.
Okay, now we conceivably could have a interview with Laurentio. I have him on Skype.
Okay, well, while you do that...
I mean, not yet, because the games aren't over yet.
Yeah.
I think.
So we've got... Why don't we do...
There's only 2 games left, so...
Yeah, why don't we do Axt and...
Yeah, sure.
Krier. You go with the...
I got the bear.
Okay, then I'll go with the...
Oh, he has Drela! Yes!
You go with the Canadian, I'll go with the Czech.
What's he gonna steal? He's gonna steal a red dragon? Oh, he can't. Phoenix? No? He just passed turn. Carrera's gonna have a bad time trying to clean up all the Karthuses, Helms, and Drelas.
What's really funny is Carrera just drew into a Flame Serpent. All of a sudden, can't be played this turn because of Drela.
Hey, my favorite one! Yay! I feel special. That means I get to select a punishment for you.
Oh, well, never agreed to that, but sure, because apparently if that's the case, then you still owe me a punishment for picking Peacekeeper last time.
Oh, there was no agreement there. Fine, we're even now.
Next one.
Steals the Phoenix. Makes sense.
Next month.
I think Krur is in bad trouble here.
After this...
Laurentio said sure.
After the interview, we'll have Twitch chat decide what it is we'll be playing for or going for.
Well, no, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop the stream, remove the delay, and then resume.
Well, I know, but we usually do like a little bit of chit-chatting with Twitch chat after the interviews is what I'm talking about.
Right, but again, all of that happens after. Okay, so what's he got?
Krier's got 2 red dragons and 2 fireballs in his hand.
That's a lot of burn.
That's a lot of not doing anything this turn.
Ats does not attack with the Phoenix. That's weird. Takes a fireball to the face for his trouble. The dragon gets stolen and probably is forced to... No, Krier has what? 2 dragons, right? So a dragon will do 5 damage. Oh, that's not enough to kill him.
Oh, misses on the Divine Offering to even play the dragon this turn.
Oh, wow. That sucks. So that means he actually is in bad shape. But Ats is not attacking, which is a mistake, I think. He should be attacking and probably using that hero power on something. Even the Phoenix itself. He needs the life. He needs to heal. Oh, yeah. 50-50 dragon, but he's gonna... he could play Mutant and then Karthus to kill it. Or he could Helmet. We'll see what he decides to do. Oh, he's gonna Helmet, okay. Yeah. So the dragon is gonna... I guess he's gonna hold it, because that means Kruer basically has to kill that dragon with his dragon. Oh, never mind. He has Power Lust Incarnate. So is it a strictly Dominion deck? Yeah, it's the... What did I call this deck? I made this deck. It's called Domination Incarnate 2. There you go. It's literally this. It has all the big stuff. It has Power Lusts.
No, dang. No, Krier, no, don't, because if you're able to... Nope, never mind. If he was able to Divine Offering into a shrine and off that shrine draw Dragonfire, he had lethal.
No, he needs 4 aspects for dragon, right?
No, dragon fire.
Does he have 2 dragon fires?
No, he has a fireball, but a dragon fire plus
never
fireball
mind.
would have won him the game.
So he clears, but that 5/5 incarnate is still there. Those mutants are just not being played. Is he gonna hero power and steal a dragon? It seems like.
That's what I'd do.
Yep. Hello, boys. The 6/6 going to the face. But doesn't Krur have dragon fire and fireball?
No. He has a fireball in hand, but when he played the Word of Fire, he could have essentially tossed it away in an attempt. He could.
I see.
He could still get it now. He does have a fireball. He only needs one more piece of burn. But I think
Atsk is really misplaying this. He should have been gaining life at every single opportunity. Every single opportunity.
That, and he's also...
Although he is threatening lethal right now.
He is. But... Nope, that's not going to do it. He draws into a Lizard Barbarian.
I think when we call or anything, I'm going to greet him in Polish just to mess with everyone. Oh, okay. Clears the dragon. But that... Okay, so he gets one more turn. That's important. He could still top deck some burn. That's getting Karthus right away. He goes up an aspect. Karthus is that. Okay, he's going to do that as well. Oh, he's going to do both. That's smart. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Krur, I think, is toast. That Incarnate is, like, unstoppable. It's a 6/6 with 4 speed. Or, as we like to call it in the industry, the Salt Maker.
The Salt Maker. Well,
not even double Dragon Fire can save him now. He needs like 4 fireballs or something. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, he really should have. Like I said before about playing to your outs, he really had to go digging for that little extra burn.
Yeah. So it looks like a Forest Bear is gonna end up with 2 points. I don't know if he had 1 point. We'll have to see at the end of it.
He could shrine, get some burn, like a...
Oh, 4 aspects. Is it dragon time? Yeah. Kill that Karthus.
Unfortunately, nope.
He loses because the mana makes it a 7/7. So.
No. Oh wait, it is rounded up. I forgot. I thought it was rounded down.
Rip.
Yep, that's 7/7 speed 4 that you can't do nothing about. No way, no how.
That Incarnate, I'm actually kind of proud that one of my decks made it in. That's not even a great deck. I don't think. Maybe I haven't even played it in so long.
Well, it is mono Dominion. There's really only one worthwhile mono deck.
Is that it? No, there's one more game going on. Zephyria and Sprush. I'm gonna look at Sprush.
That's okay. I'll go with my...
Sprush has a big-ass dragon on the board that's about to just completely wreck face on Zephyria.
Yep, unfortunately, Zephyria doesn't have much to answer. It's got a Herald and a Consume and a Vulture.
He needs another Consume.
Word of Pain does something at least.
No, the dragon is gonna do 10 damage single-handedly.
Well, could mulligan away, get a...
He needs a second Consume. Or Sanctum is offline. He can't use it. Oh no.
No. But does he gain 3 life or 4 life? 3 is equal to 4 at this point. But gets a Noxious.
That's he can spark. No, he doesn't have to spark. Just consume.
He can
Noxious.
kill the
dragon. He has to kill it. He has to kill it. That's a big ass goblin. Look at that. It's a 6/5 goblin. Top decked another dragon. Well, okay. So he just plays it, right?
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Considering how hard it was for Zephyria has one card.
And
No,
it's
he has to play it with that Goblin Warrior, so there is no risk from Sanctum killing the dragon. He's thinking, though. He is thinking. It's either that or just start fireballing. But, I mean, yeah, I'd play the dragon, considering how much difficulty Zephyria had dealing with that one. He had to use 2 burn cards. Top decked another dragon.
The dragons are real.
I mean, just play a bunch of dragons, right? I mean, just one.
Dragons are...
No, he goes for fireball.
Dragons are kind of good. They're kind of good, you know.
I don't think he's going to play it then. Because he doesn't want to risk top deck Noxious ruining his day. So he'll probably just play Goblin Warrior and then end of turn Fireball. Yep. I think Zephyria is toast. Unless he draws like back-to-back Words of Pain or something.
Noxious Fumes lets him clear the board at least.
But the dragon kills him next turn. One of the dragons will kill him.
Yep. But Zephyria doesn't know that there's another dragon in Spruce's hand.
Yeah, he doesn't know that there's many, many, many dragons coming. The dragons are coming, guys.
Brace yourselves, the dragons are coming.
Oh yeah.
That is the extent of all I know about Game of Thrones.
That's more than I know about it.
Is that Sean Bien dies in it, but then Sean Bien dies in everything.
Yeah, it's not much of a...
It's not much of a spoiler. It's a show I've just never been able to get into, but either way, Zephyria is screwed. That's my official commentary on this game. So Zephyria is screwed.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Unless Spruce misses Divine Offering and can't play a dragon and use the ability. But I mean, even then...
Even then, he just plays the dragon and kills Zephyria next turn.
Unless, of course, Zephyria top decks Word of Pain. No, he gets a Shrine. He gets a Shrine.
Or,
he got it. He got it. Relax.
Infernal Tribute, for all we know. Could be running Infernal Tribute. Well, that's how the last game ends. With
Dragon to the face. Alright, let's just look over the results.
We have...
If I can, please. Why can't I click them? Oh, thank you.
Oh, there we go. We have Laurenthiel, first place. Uskafanafa, second place. Pewq, third place. Jodo, fourth place. Lydelfer, fifth place. Peacekeeper, sixth place. Geth, seventh place. Eighth place.
Cologne is in 8th place. What place is ECOP?
ECOP if in 13th place.
Okay, so hey, interesting point. None of the wild cards ended up in last, but they all ended with 1 point.
Well, Geth had a very strong opener in this tournament, but unfortunately, I think just RNG kind of caught up with him. I was really pulling for Geth, and of course, I was pulling for my, American brother here, Peacekeeper, for the repeat.
I mean, he got 2. It's not too bad.
Well, 6th place isn't bad, and I mean, he's probably going to be one of the people who are in every single one of these tournaments. He's probably going to consistently make at least top 10, if not win one of the tournaments, along with Jodo and Laurenthiel.
Well, he cashed in again. So did a lot of people.
I would say that if I were to pick 4 people to see in every single tournament, or every single Masters, probably see Laurenthiel, Jodo, Peacekeeper, and Johnny V. Although
I'd go with Clone.
Yeah,
Clone really plays. Or
Clone,
Cool Tech.
Clone, I think, is the other safe bet. And notice how they're all pretty much top 8. Now, I want to take a quick look while you get Laurenthiel on the phone.
No, I have to stop the stream first to remove delay, remember?
Right.
So do you want me to do it now?
Well, the only thing I was gonna do is I was gonna take a look at the top 4 deck lists and see if they all ran the same 3 decks.
Well, while you do that, we can just get this going, and you can start us talking when the stream returns.
Renthiel, Jodo.
So anyways, well, we'll let Boltor figure that out. We're gonna stop again. When we return, the delay will have been removed, and then we can just start trolling chat and, annoying Laurentiel. I get to hear his voice for the first time. That'll be amusing. Anyways, stay tuned.